I'm a nobody, baby. Light me up, pour me up. I'm gone. Got me seeing genies in a bottle. Liquor got me feeling like a wrestler. Call me Santiago. Everyone listen when I speak. Don't know shit about shit, but I know ball.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody, and welcome to Two Nobodies with the Mic, episode 152. How's everyone doing on this beautiful Wednesday night? October is here, October 1st. Playoff baseball. We got basketball starting, hockey's around the corner. I mean, we're almost a quarter, maybe a quarter through NFL now, week 4.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yes, moving fast, man. But guys, thank you guys for joining us. We are live on Instagram. We are live on YouTube. This is an interactive show. So if you got any shit to talk, feel free to put it down in the comments. We're going to talk about it. We're going to let you guys say your piece. Let's go into the intros. In the center, executive producer with the Raider beanie, Eddie Money. What up, man?
What's up? What's up? Feeling
How's
good
it-
Wednesday. Been watching great baseball. Loving it.
Yeah, you're showing no fear or no shame with that Raider skull cap on.
Never.
Just yeah,
Never.
that's a bold statement right there, my friend. After that horrific loss on Sunday,
Any
to the
loss is
Bears.
horrific for us. So it's about like 8% of the weeks.
Yeah, good point. And we have Rafa the Guru, the one who sees all, who knows all, who's going to put his nuts on the line and give you some picks and some, advice on where to put your money at, man. Because we are the gambling show of record. But we only have one rule, Eddie Money. Let them know what the rule is.
Don't be a loser, man.
Don't be a loser. Stay true to your units, right? Don't be chasing the dog. Don't be chasing your losses. Gamble responsibly, like a real G. Put your chips away, man. Stack your chips and put them down accordingly. And Rafa the Guru is going to help you out. What up, man? How you doing,
What's going
Rafa,
on?
sir?
Good,
Everything,
good.
everything good in the hood?
Everything's good in the hood.
Michael Vick representing this week. What kit are you wearing?
Oh, Boca Junior,
All right. That's
Argentina squad.
okay. Man, we got Champions League, right? Even Champions League is going, right?
Champions League. Everything's going right now.
Dude,
Everything's
Peak
going.
dude, it is peak sports experience right now. You gotta love it. We have
Preseason hockey's going. You got preseason NBA starting on Monday or on Tuesday. There's
Yep.
everything's fucking up and running.
Ozempic
Like
Luka.
if you're a degenerate gambler, you're up and running.
Yes.
Dude, like,
Yeah.
boo. Yay, soccer. I love watching foreign darts jog for 3 hours.
What up,
understood.
dude? What up, dude? Glad you could join us. But guys, like I said, we're live, episode 152. If you guys know how we do already, we start off with our first segment of the day. It is called You Are Fired. Nomadic hooks us up with gear and bags. The dopest travel bags and gear. Shanae used it to go to North Crackalaca. She loved it. That fucking bag expands. You know, it says you could put up to a week's worth of clothes. She put it's fucking crazy. But Nomadic bags, Kyle and James, thank you guys for hooking us up. But let's get into You Are Fired, You Are Hired, brought to you by Nomadic. Who wants to kick us off? Dude, you want to fire someone from Ohio or soccer players?
You're going to fire the whole state.
Yeah.
I
What
got
you
I got a quick one. I'm hiring just playoff baseball. I mentioned it earlier before we got on. Yesterday you have great games starting for us on the West Coast from 10 a.m. all the way until the Dodgers end, which is around like 8:30. So you have like literally a full day of baseball to watch. And then you have football to watch Thursday. So every single day you're just packed with great sports to watch.
Yeah, man. It is awesome. We're Dodger game just started. Is the Yankee game over? We have Boston in New
Yankee
York.
over 1-1.
1-1. Yankees fucking skirted getting swept. That would have been a tough pill to swallow. But those games have been great already. Fucking great. So anything else you want to fire or hire, Eddie Money? Your last chance, man.
I'm enjoying life right now, actually.
Yeah, playoff baseball's been amazing. Rafa, the guru. I know you got some firings, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire commissioner of the WNBA who said, and then it was repeated by I believe the young lady Collier, I think her name is, where she's basically said if it wasn't for the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, and she might have mentioned Angel Reese and someone else, but if it wasn't for the WNBA, Caitlin Clark would not be making $16 million a year in advertisement and in endorsements. And she's completely fucking wrong because Ice Cube offered that young lady $5 million to go play in the Big Three. Yeah. Imagine her playing with men. How many more endorsements she would have had. Yeah. So, and $5 million a year to play 3-on-3 basketball is not bad. I wish he would literally just get up and say fuck you to the league and go take Ice Cube's deal for $5 million or $7 million or whatever the fuck Ice Cube can run it up to. I guarantee you that league it would lose viewers after viewers after viewers. And they're going to say, oh, well, this year viewership was up and she was injured the whole year. Let's see when her team's out of the playoffs, which they might already be out of the playoffs. Let's see if anybody even watches that shit. And the fact that ESPN put so much money behind it, literally, they're just shoving money behind it. Mm-hmm. Like, there's nothing worse than going on ESPN.com and the first thing you see is a WNBA score on the fucking thing. Like, there's just nothing worse. I'm trying to figure out a way to block it.
They do it on CBS as well. It'll go like NFL, baseball, and they put WNBA scores. But so, Rafa, here is the problem with that theory, and because I wish he could do it too, and I promise you, Ice Cube wishes he could do it. But the women use that tiny basketball. So, that throws off everything for her,
and she's a pretty good fucking shooter. So I don't know how much of a difference it's going to be. I really don't.
I think it would be a huge difference.
I'd like to see her fucking try. I'd like to see her do it.
Let's ask Jay when he compares small balls and big balls in his hand.
Yeah.
No, I would love to see it. Firing approved. She should be kissing Caitlin's ass. There's a huge uproar, and that is just, it's ridiculous. And I think she's hearing it from everybody. She's hearing it from everybody because, Rafa, she didn't need, those endorsements came from Iowa. They say when you look her up, when you Google her or whatever, you get most pictures of her in an Iowa jersey. She was famous. She had us watching Final Four fucking NCAA women's basketball. So, yeah. And I still think I've seen maybe a quarter of WNBA game in my entire life. So
yeah, it's a tough watch.
Yeah.
Dude, the WNBA is awesome. I like watching people come within 2 feet of the rim as much as I love watching foreigners jog for 3 hours.
Oh,
WNBA wins though because there's no chance of a 0-0 tie.
I don't know.
There's a chance of a 40-40 tie in NFL sport and in American sports, but never 0-0.
Yeah. So, firing approved. I have a hiring and a firing that I know is going to get Rafa riled up.
Which one, the hiring or the firing?
Both actually.
Let's fucking do it.
The hiring is more of a question to Rafa and to everyone out there. And after seeing Shohei Ohtani last night lead off the game with a dinger, and then in the 6th inning, almost hitting one out of the park, it was just freaking mind-blowing, man. And the way he's been pitching lately. I'm going to word it this way. I want to hire Shohei Ohtani as the greatest team sport athlete of all time. Prove me wrong, Rafa. Go. Because think about it. Greatest sports team athlete of all time. I mean, MJ would have to be number one for me. Kareem right there. Tom Brady's right there. But here's my reasoning. It's not even close, Rafa. It's not even close.
Because you're right. He's not even in the conversation.
If you want to go MJ, although MJ did win Defensive Player of the Year.
I can never go MJ because he has 0 playoff wins without Scottie Pippen. So I can never do that.
Okay, fine. So Kareem. Can you go Kareem?
But here's the problem. I can go Larry Bird. I can go Magic Johnson.
But here's my point, Rafa, is that Kareem, offensive prowess is incredible. But he wasn't Wilt Chamberlain defensively. He wasn't ever the best defensive guy on the court. Okay,
is Shohei Ohtani the best at? Let me hold on.
He has Cy Youngs, and he's gonna win another fucking Cy Young.
No. You're assuming he's gonna win another Cy Young. He pitched 47 innings this year.
But we've seen him pitch before.
Okay, let's say he pitches. Take any one of the seasons that he pitched on the Angels, and you put it in this season, he doesn't win the Cy Young in the NL. He don't win it. He doesn't win it.
Okay, this season, because
any one of his seasons and compare it to you're putting him on a pedestal of this Cy Young, Roger Clemens, Clayton Kershaw, Pedro.
Well, that's the thing, Rafa.
He's not.
Okay, we're not talking. Listen, is it a small sample size? No, it's not. He just hasn't pitched for a year and half of a season. Okay, he's pitched since he's been in Major League Baseball in the United States. It's like having Roger Clemens and fucking Barry Bonds in the same fucking person, Rafa.
Don't ever.
It's the closest thing. It's the closest thing.
No, it's not, because Barry Bonds didn't strike out 150 fucking times. So no, it's not. I'm sorry. No, it's not. When Barry Bonds struck out 150 times, then you could compare it to him. It is not even close. Not even close.
So are you?
He didn't have a better offensive year than Aaron Judge, and you're trying to compare him to Barry Bonds? No.
I'm saying he's the closest thing to Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens in the same person. He's the closest thing to Tom Brady and fucking Lawrence Taylor.
He has one championship. Hold on. He has one championship on what is arguably the best offensive roster in baseball since the New York Yankees. Okay, it's not even close. There isn't a team this stacked of a roster on offense. Okay, he has Freddie Freeman, who's the best first baseman of the last fucking 15 years. He has Mookie Betts, that's the best probably all-around player of the last 15 years, or the second best, actually, because Mike Trout's the first, of the last 15 years. Those are the guys on his team right now that hit right behind him. And on some nights, they fucking sandwich that motherfucker in between the two. So it's not like I can't put him on that realm of fucking Barry Bonds. It's not even close. He's on the best roster, and he has one World Series. He has one World Series win, and you're comparing him to Tom Brady, who won 7 Super Bowls with not one fucking Pro Bowl wide receiver? No.
Listen,
no.
I'm not saying he's Tom Brady. I'm not saying he's Barry Bonds. I'm saying he's the closest thing to there's never been a two-way player like this that's been this fucking good. If he comes out, on Friday, and I mean, think about it. He almost pitched a no-hitter the last time he pitched. If he comes out and
5 innings of no-hit baseball. If you look up at how many pitchers have thrown 5 innings of no-hit baseball, there is a fucking plenty. A plenty.
You know what? There's not one that has 55 fucking home runs.
100%.
Not one.
I told you this last year, and I'll tell you this again. If he has to pitch 20 plus starts a season, he will not hit 50 home runs. That's an actual fact that's been proven the years he has pitched before.
Well, I think you're missing my point. He is a dual threat that we have never fucking seen the likes
but
of.
that's obvious. But that's obvious. We knew that back 5 years ago. We knew that 5-6 years ago. It's not a surprise now. It's a surprise to you that he's on the Dodgers. What, did the Angel channel not work at your house? It's not a surprise. We know this. And he did it in the American League, which is a better hitting league than the National League. All impressive.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
But you cannot bring that up now after a season where he's thrown 47 fucking innings. We know that he's the most talented all-around player because he can do both of those things. When he doesn't do both of those things, he's a superior hitter, but he's not better than Aaron Judge. At hitting a baseball, his stats this year are not superior to Aaron Judge. You cannot hit 50 points behind 50 fucking batting average points. That's not a couple of fucking at-bats. That's not a couple. That's a couple hundred. Okay, you're 50 points behind the more than likely American League MVP. 50 points behind, and he's automatically the greatest fucking
and did you see
player ever?
Because did you see Aaron Judge try to throw someone out at second base? He threw the ball 73 miles per hour.
You know what I didn't see? Ohtani throw a fucking baseball for 5 months. That's what I didn't see.
He had fucking surgery.
Dude, he doesn't play every day. You're stating the obvious. There's nobody who's as good as him offensively. There's nobody ever besides Babe Ruth, and we didn't even see it, so who knows if it's even fucking true
Babe
that
Ruth
he
was a
even
trash
pitched.
pitcher. He was a trash pitcher. He was never a great pitcher.
Who knows if he even pitched? Let's be real. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take the word of a fucking guy in 1920, and he didn't play against any black dudes or Dominicans. I'm not fucking doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Or
for
Japanese
me,
at this point.
so there is no doubt about it. There's nobody who can pitch and hit in baseball. We know that. There is no doubt about it. He can do both. It doesn't make him the best athlete ever. That's what you're saying.
Let's just average him out and say he hits 48 home runs for the next 7 years and has an ERA of 3.21 and gets like 16 wins. And
the thing
is 1, 2, or 3. That's not going to be the best professional athlete of all time.
You know what the thing about it is? That he's never done it while pitching. That is the thing. He's never done it while pitching. I pulled up his stats for you because I know Dodger fans just go straight up ludicrous. So I'm gonna
I told you I was gonna
100% because I back shit with facts and common sense, which is hard for Dodger fans to do. So in 2018, he played 104 games. He hit 22 home runs. Okay, in 104 games, 320 at bats. That year, okay, he also pitched. So if we can pull up his pitching stats from 2018. All right. So in 2018, he was 4-2. He only started 10 games. All right. In 2021, when he started, in 2021, he started 23 games. He hit 46 home runs. Let's see how he pitched. His ERA in 2021 was 3.18. He pitched 23 games.
Did he not win the Cy Young that year?
He at 9-2, he shouldn't have won the Cy Young. That was in 2021.
It's possible with the Angels.
At 9-2, it's the American League. In 2022, okay, in 2022, he had 34 home runs. Okay, 34. And he pitched, he had 23 starts. In 2024, okay, in 2024, he didn't pitch and he had 44 home runs. He didn't pitch in 2024. So, or in 23, in 23, he had 44 home runs. And he had 23 starts, and he was 10-5. So he was 10-5. So he's not the Cy Young, okay? And he's just the MVP. He's
what's Screwball's record right now? The wins loss are that shit's fucking an overrated stat at this point. 10-5 with the Angels is fucking great.
Starts. He had
Screwball was 13-6.
And his ERA?
2.21.
2.21.
Yeah.
2.21. Ohtani's career ERA is right at 3. He's going to be a great pitcher. He's going to be a very good pitcher. He's going to be on the top 10 of the National League in pitching. But he's not going to hit 50 home runs every year. Every year.
He did it the last 2 years. The last 2 years he's done it.
He hasn't pitched in 2 years. He hasn't pitched. He has not pitched. That's the difference.
He's pitched
He's
this
going
year.
out there right now. Eddie, he's not pitching. He
What
started
do you
14
mean?
games. Eddie, he's pitched. He started 14 games. He only threw 47 innings. He threw 47 innings. He's never thrown more than 166 innings. He's only thrown over 150 innings once, by the way. One time. Once. So how many, Eddie Money, pull up how many innings pitched Screwball had this year. Or Skeens, or one of the elite pitchers in this league.
It doesn't matter what he pulls up.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't, because they don't have the impact that he has behind the plate. That they're half of what he is.
You're right. But for you to put him on this thing like he's this superstar pitcher, he's not. He's not consistent.
I think you're wrong.
His numbers aren't there.
Screwball had 195.1 innings pitched. Skeens had 187.2.
Imagine those numbers. This guy pitched 166 innings once, and that was in 2022. He had 28 starts. So he's only had over 20 starts 3 times in his career. Okay.
Did he not win a Cy Young?
If he won a Cy Young, it was maybe in 2022 when he was 15-9. I don't know.
So
But
that's you're a superstar pitcher if you have won a Cy Young award.
That's not true. You know, R.A. Dickey won a Cy Young. You know R.A. Dickey won a Cy Young? I bet you there's only one person in the chat who knows who the fuck R.A. Dickey is. And that's fucking Peter Murphy.
Throws a great knuckleball. Knuckleball, that's a cheat code. Knuckleballers are a cheat code.
I don't know if he's ever won a Cy Young, but I'll look. He won the Cy Young in 2022, and he was 15. He was 15-9. That was also the season where he had 166 innings pitched, and he had 28 fucking games started. If he starts that many games, he's not hitting 40 home runs. He's not stealing 30 bases. It's been proven.
Well, okay.
For you to put him as the greatest team player of all time, he's not even close. He has one championship. He never made the playoffs with the Angels. How much of a team player was he? How good was he for his team? I know it's baseball, which is super tough. It's the hardest sport to make the playoffs back to back. People say it's the NFL. That's a fucking lie. Patrick Mahomes does it with his eyes fucking closed. So
the reason I stated it that way is because I wanted to make it an offense and defensive guy. Like I said, he's Tom Brady and fucking Lawrence Taylor. He's fucking Michael.
Won 11 titles and he
played. Dog, that is the worst fucking argument on the fucking planet.
He was black. There was black guys. There was black guys playing.
No,
the thing is,
it was him.
Whenever
he was the black guy playing.
The NBA, whenever people talk about the NBA, we have to forget Bill Russell because none of the guys were good. But we have to praise Jordan, who played with guys like fucking Bill Laimbeer, who's the worst fucking athlete to ever play in fucking Detroit.
You done did it.
There is no doubt about it. So I have to put Bill Laimbeer on a fucking pedestal because of Jordan's era. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, Big Boom literally talked about Bill Laimbeer earlier. When you first brought it up, Eddie,
what are they saying?
Athlete.
What are they saying in the chat?
Well,
every time someone mentions Jordan to me, I go back to that Detroit team that won back-to-back titles. Okay, and with no real actual fucking basketball players. That fucking Zeke who could barely fucking dribble. Rick Mahorn, who's a fucking retard. Bill Laimbeer had zero athletic ability. Okay, and
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas. That's Zeke, the most overrated point guard of all time.
The microwave
on the dream team. Joe Dumars.
Dude,
come on. And that's Jordan's era that we have to hold on this pedestal. That's Jordan's era that we have to hold on this pedestal when there wasn't. Jordan was the most athletic player of his era, and that's the pedestal.
Jordan beat Michael Jordan. Jordan beat Charles Barkley.
Michael Jordan never beat Larry Bird, and the only reason that he won titles was because Larry Bird got hurt. Literally, if Larry Bird doesn't throw out his back, Dude McBoob and Bill Laimbeer never sniff a fucking title until Rip Hamilton and Chauncey Billups somehow win one. If not, they go through the 80s without winning a fucking title. There is no doubt about it.
Hearsay. All hearsay.
It's not hearsay.
Yes, it is. All right.
After Larry Bird gets hurt in 86, they don't win a title after that. They don't win one.
I will never disparage, white magic, Larry Bird. That's my guy. All right. Well, I knew that'd get you fired up. It's going to happen, though. I'm sorry. He will go down as the best baseball player of all time and the best team sports player of all time. I hate to.
You can't go down as the best team sports player of all time when you have one championship. I don't understand. You have one championship.
Well, I have to agree with Rafa on that because.
So who is your best?
You're the greatest team sport athlete. That means you can win with your team.
Baseball's just a different animal, and this, Rafa. Baseball is a different animal.
100%. You can't ask me. For me, there will be nobody better. To me, there will be nobody better at the plate than Barry Bonds.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I can never say, and Ohtani's great. Ohtani's a great player. There is no doubt about it. If Ohtani gives you every year 22 to 25 starts and he hits 30 home runs a year and he hits right around 280, he can be the greatest player of all time. But until he does that consistently, I can't name a guy the best player of all time because he had 55 home runs and he hit 280. Like, I can't. With Mookie Betts hitting behind him. I can't do it.
Mookie's had a horrible year.
But it's still the protection's there.
Yeah. Giggity. Well,
Dude McBoob's coming for your head, Rafa.
Yeah. Let's get some of Dude
It's
McBoob's
all right, but
comment.
I would love to sit here and argue with Dude McBoob all day about those sorry-ass Detroit Pistons teams that beat the sorry-ass Chicago Bulls and Tragic Magic and the Lakers.
They also beat the Knicks.
Roach also said
those Knicks teams were not good until like 94.
He said you can't compare basketball, soccer to baseball and football. One has transition, the other two has modes.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Well, like, I kind of get what you're saying.
Like offense, defense.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Two of the sports you use the same players, but the other two, like, you can swap out.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get it.
McBoob want you arrested. He said you clearly smuggled in a pound of fentanyl and never took it out of your butt.
By the way, Peter Murphy said Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter, and everybody knows how I feel about Derek Jeter. I think he's not that he's overrated. I just don't think
you say overrated. Don't. Peter,
because I think he's good. I just don't think he's in the top 10 or 15, 20 players of all time.
That's
my opinion. He was the third best shortstop of his era.
And that's your argument because of fucking A-Rod and fucking Nomar.
Yes, 100%.
Because there was two good fucking, that's just the captain, dude. Jeter
was great in his own right. He had 3,000 hits, yada yada yada, the whole fucking nine. Mr. November, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Except they lost that World Series. Let's not forget.
Well, okay. Let's go on to my firing. And this is
damn. I forgot that was just one.
Yeah, let's go on to my firing.
Dude McBoob and I are gonna fucking go at it here. Real quick, Eddie. He said,
go.
You know who stopped the Celtics dynasty? The fucking lawn in Indiana that Larry Bird was fucking working on, which is why he fucked up his back. If that man never fucks up his back, the Pistons don't sniff shit. Not a damn fucking thing. Anyways, go ahead.
Well, let me finish off the Ohtani argument because I wrote this down. Juan Soto has to give some fucking money back. He did not deserve it. We don't fuck with people. Are you out of your mind? We don't fucking fuck with people. We don't fuck with people's money on the show. But to ask for what even close of what Ohtani got is fucking mind blowing.
Are you Eddie? Okay? Are you serious?
I'm fucking
just so you
dead
know,
serious.
Just so you know, Juan Soto this season had the best all-around season, all the numbers put together, since you know when? 2001 Barry Bonds. Look it up. It's everywhere. Peter Murphy will probably attest to it because it's all over Instagram. The best season statistically overall. That means everything. That's batting average, stolen bases, base hits, yada yada. The best all around season, all around, all of the numbers since 2001.
And where did it get him?
Listen. It's a team sport, and baseball. You know how hard it is. They blew it. Yes, they blew it. Yes, and the Tigers did blow a 15.5 game lead, which is why they're playing in fucking Cleveland.
Yeah.
He is 263 batting average, 43 home runs, which is 7th, 105 RBIs, which is 10th, and 7th in OPS with 921.
And he had like 36.
I'm supposed to be fucking blown away by those fucking numbers.
You're not supposed to be blown away, but
I'm not.
It's an all around. It doesn't matter. It's an all around number, and he also stole like 30 something bases.
So he's above mid, $700 million player.
Dude, you listen. It's not above mid. Don't say it's above mid. He's top 10 in everything. He's top 10 in every category except for batting average. So it's not that.
Okay.
And nobody should ever give any money back that somebody paid them.
True. Good point.
Michael Brown, add it all up, divided by 40, and carry the 2. He's number
Michael
1.
Brown's a fucking hater. Michael Brown's the biggest hater, and he's the biggest Dodger homer. He's such a fucking hater on any Latin player. Oh, I don't like the flavor that they play. Because he don't like it, because he don't understand it, because he's a white boy. That's the thing. So Michael Brown, you're a fucking Juan Soto hater all the way. There is no doubt about it. I hope fucking Juan Soto next year hits 60 home runs and drops them on your fucking sack.
Good luck with that.
Peter Murphy said, in New York, we take the money. I don't care if the money fake, stolen, or lost. It's going in my pocket if it's out there.
Damn right. Damn right. You know that, Eddie. We don't fuck with people's money here.
Yeah. Well, let me transition to another hot topic. The Cleveland Browns bench Joe Flacco, and they promote Dylan Gabriel. And I had to listen. I worked in San Diego, 2 hours from my home. I had to listen to a bunch of different radio shows because in LA, for some reason, when the Dodgers in the playoffs, they play the worst radio show in history of Steve Sachs, and I don't even know who the fucking other guy is. So I can't listen to that. It's just unlistenable. And I went to 710 ESPN. I don't know who these fucking guys were, but one of them clearly black, and clearly it's consistent, guys. And I'm Puerto Rican, Rafa Cuban, Eddie Money Mexican. We're allowed to talk about white and black because we're butter pecan. We're all in the middle. And there's just a clear fucking bias of every black media member who thinks Shador is getting jobbed, that it's unfair. He should have been picked in the first round. Dylan Gabriel sucks. And it's just this huge movement of apologists. I sat and watched the 3 fucking preseason games. Shador had a very good first preseason game. Second one, it was god-awful. Saw him in the third one, again, struggling. Same issues that he had in fucking Colorado with his pops coaching. Okay? Dylan Gabriel, and listen, I'm not wishing bad on Shador Sanders. Do I think he can be a good NFL quarterback? I can, but he's number 3 for a reason. Okay. And by the way, he's still going to be number 3. Joe Flacco is going to be the backup. But every single person that wants to make this about race, I'm firing you. Okay. Football between the end zones and the sidelines is the least racist place on the planet Earth. Okay? If you can play, you can fucking play. This isn't about fucking race. Stefanski, 2-time coach of the year, offensive guy, thinks that this guy has a better chance for them to win games. It's not because he hates Shador Sanders. And I'm fucking fed up with it. I'm tired about it. I'm upset about it, man. What's your take, Rafa, on this whole shit?
I agree with you because you know how much I hate the fucking the black versus white of the media doing it for no fucking apparent reason. and they always go to it. It's always the same shit. Ryan Clark is the king fucking Willie of it. He pushes that agenda. ESPN pushes that agenda. But if you look, like you're right. You're right. Game 1, he looked great in the preseason. Game 2, he was trash. And game 3, so now the pressure that Dylan Gabriel has this weekend, I think it's even more because there's no way he doesn't see probably 95% of the black media pushing that narrative that, they're just racist against Shador and they're racist against Shador and they're racist against Shador. By the way, in Cleveland, which is dark populated area in a piece of shit state, as Dude McBoob would say. So pushing that narrative. The other thing is, besides the pressure he's going to have on him this week, I think it's such a fucked up game to start him at. And I'll tell you why. Because if we go back a couple of years where the Jags, Buffalo flew to Europe and they played the Jags. And the Jags were there the week before. The Jags waited. They played the week before. They stayed. They got the Bills in there. Bills were a big favorite. I think they were like 6.5-point favorites. And the Jags beat them outright. And so now he's facing a Minnesota team that has a phenomenal defensive coordinator, right? And a really, pretty much a good football team.
Yeah.
And he's going to go in there and he's going to face them while they're sitting there fucking all week in Europe. They've been there already. So I think he's going to get crushed this week. I really do. And then you're going to see all the idiots from ESPN pushing the Shador narrative, all the Ryan Clark and Marcus Spears and all those guys of dark complexion on ESPN pushing that narrative to start Shador and give him a chance and blah, 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 blah. And I think it's fucked up.
Matthew Rocha brings up a good point, too. He goes, they took him higher anyway. If he fumbles the bag, Shador will get his shot, or he will get traded to a better team anyway. The Browns will always be trash. You got to go with your high draft pick, too, if you're going to switch your starter up.
Listen, there's so many stories to this whole thing, right? Browns, I believe, since 1991 or 99, have had 41 different starting quarterbacks. That's number one by far. I think number 2 is the Jets or something with 30. Okay, that's an average of changing a starting quarterback every 10 games. So that's an issue. Dylan Gabriel, he looks like, a tiny Filipino kid that's on the basketball court shooting threes. I'm not saying he's going to be great, okay? But what I am saying, starts-wise, he holds the record in FBS, Rafa, with 189 touchdowns. His experience and his mobility, I promise you, is a huge thing. He's mobile. When he's mobile, he runs for first downs. Shador does whirly birds and gets sacked for 25-yard losses. That's a big fucking difference. It's just the narrative just drives me fucking crazy, man. But I agree with you. He's going to have a hard time. And I don't know if you saw his interview today. Let's go back a week. And I guess Rex Ryan came out and said that Shador Sanders needs to be quiet. He shouldn't be talking to media. And I get what he was saying. He is a number 3 quarterback. You never should be talking as the third string quarterback. In fact, most teams don't even carry a third string quarterback on their roster.
If he wasn't Shador Sanders, he wouldn't even be in uniform on Sundays.
Exactly.
QB3s are on our practice squad.
Yes.
Right.
1,000%. So today, he got all butthurt. They go into the locker room after practice. And if you haven't seen the hair, Rafa, we could fire him for the hair. He has half fro, half cornrows. Horrible look. That's a whole nother thing. But they're asking him questions on how you feel about Dylan Gabriel getting pushed to the starter. And he's miming his answers. I guess it was a clapback to Rex Ryan. They're getting the microphone closer to him, and he's pretending I'm not supposed to talk. So don't he's continuing to be an issue. Be a professional. Answer the fucking question. Last week he also said, and this is why Rex Ryan said, that we shouldn't hear from him. He said that he was better than half the quarterbacks in the league last week. And that's why Rex Ryan said, if I'm a head coach, stop putting microphones in front of him. He's the third string fucking quarterback. So, if you go back on our Two Nobodies, I have a long history with, issues with the whole Shador Sanders thing. It's just another fucking thing, Rafa. And like I said, can he be successful? Yes. Do I think Dylan Gabriel's going to be a superstar? Probably not. But dude, just sit back, wait your turn. I promise you will get your opportunity this year, right? You'll get your opportunity, and then be ready to ball. Stop fucking talking. Stop with the jokes. Stop with the legendary bullshit. Play ball. The football field, like I said earlier, it's not about race. They don't give a fuck. If you can ball, you can ball. Be ready to ball. Be ready for your opportunity. And that's it. That's it, man. Stop making the headlines. Stop making the headlines.
If we go back, Eddie, and we talked about it here when we kind of went through all the schedules and stuff, and I believe we talked about the Browns starting 0-4, and I mentioned the Browns starting 0-4 and going to Shador. And now, obviously, Shador ended up being the third string, but basically is what we kind of expected. And Matthew alluded to it in the comments saying Joe Flacco wasn't the plan. Yeah, and we knew if they went 0-4 that the backup was going to come in. I thought it was going to be Shador. Is Dylan Gabriel. But when we look at it, Shador, you're 100% right. He's going to get his chance because the next two games for Dylan Gabriel, he's going to Europe to play a Minnesota team that's sitting there in the waiting. And then he goes on the road to Pittsburgh, a team who's getting better defensively and should be a lot better defensively. Another a road game for him in a divisional matchup, which is going to be super tough. So he might look really, really bad these next two games. And then Shador will get his chance in week 7 or 8 or whatever the next time they would play after that. That's what I really believe. But if he continues to be a distraction on the sideline as QB3 or in the locker room with the media and all that, then who knows if they even give him fuck. Just shut up. Because can you imagine the distraction if he's QB1 and he wins a game? There's going to be a whole fucking, there'll be a huge party afterwards going 1-7.
Yeah.
And he won his first game.
Drop a clothing line.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's my hiring of Ohtani, my firing of the media pushing this narrative that he's not getting a fair shake, man. What fifth round quarterback gets a fucking fair shake? What fifth round quarterback gets a fair shake? And that was a conspiracy too. That was a conspiracy too.
Well, who was the one who was on one of those Barstool networks? And I don't know if it was Arian Foster or somebody who was on with Arian Foster, who had said before the draft that Shador Sanders was a 5th round pick, and it was a black guy.
It's probably Arian Foster.
It was Arian Foster or somebody on it. It was somebody, but it was a black dude who said that. Yeah. And so he saw it, and a lot of other NFL executives saw it. They took Cam Ward, who's black, before him as the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
So it's not against black people.
That's that's what fucking kills me. That's what bothers me so much, that you're just picking one black young man and making him a martyr when it's not the case. It's not the case. So that is you're hired and you're fired. Anyone else? My eyes are so bad I can't see what dude and Matt are talking about.
Says he'll be back in a minute. He needed to let his pit bull out to take a Trump on the lawn. So that's what dude McBoob said. Rocha said
New York native Peter Murphy is gonna hire Jackson Dart, fire Russ. Great win for his first start. Amazing. And then
go ahead, Peter Murphy. I said Jackson Dart was the best quarterback in this draft, and I also said that he would be picked before Shador Sanders. That is on the record, and he looks good, man. True. He looked really good.
Questionable for this Sunday, by the way.
Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know.
Hamstring.
Jackson?
Hamstring.
Really
That's
good.
why the line moved.
And then Matthew Roach is going to fire off a couple firings and hirings.
remember.
Lincoln Riley, Brian Kelly, James Franklin, and Sam Pittman all firing. FSU also getting fired. Rafa was right about that being a trap game, but he is hiring Indiana. Firing almost every other big coach, but hiring Indiana.
Hiring Indiana, they didn't even cover. They were 8.5-point favorites. We're fucking against Iowa. We're going to hire them? Are we out of – come on, Matt. Your Big Ten homerism is getting out of hand here.
If you're going to hire
You're
someone,
Big
they got to
Ten.
at least cover, man. Good teams win, great teams cover.
Damn right. I'm dying to
There
get
you
to
go.
that US
That's
shit,
the saying.
that college football stuff. I'm dying to get to it.
All right. Let's start off
All
with
right.
NFL. Quick
Let's
recap
do
of
it,
last-
man.
Recap of last week. Blue chips went 4-3. Props went 4-1. So pretty good on the week. 8-4 total. So you guys should be up some units if you guys followed. Starting off with Thursday night football. Tomorrow we got the 49ers going to LA to play the Rams. Rams are favored by 7.5. Over under 45.5. Very beat up Niners roster. No Purdy, no Pearsall. Mac Jones rolling out there once again.
Or Jennings. Or Jennings.
Yeah, or Jennings.
Or Jennings, no Kittle,
No
no
Kittle.
IU,
Yeah.
no nothing.
You think
I
his
mean, this
I think
line
his
went from
receivers
3.5.
Yeah, we
This line went
fired
3.5, 5.5, 7.5.
Jeez.
It's insane the way this line's moved.
wild.
It's wild. I have zero opinion on this game other than fucking it's Thursday night. I guess if you got to watch it.
Yeah, if you had
Watch
nothing to do, throw it on. Quick
Right.
stat. I saw that Kyle Shanahan, I think, is 0-18 or 1-17 straight up when he's an underdog of 6 points or more. Take that as you will. I'm not too sure about against the spread on that, but that was just straight up.
He's done very well.
I got a
against the Rams.
question for. Yeah. Yes, I think he owns them actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quick question. The question I have about this game, and I have some stats to back it up. Is Puka Nacua the best receiver in the NFL right now?
No.
No. Okay. Well, let me break down some stats
You
here.
can give me stats because he's looked great. There's no doubt about it. He's looked great. And the thing about receiver, for me to just crown someone this good, like, he's good. He's probably one of the 4 best, right? Do I still think I still think CeeDee Lamb's better? Yes, he's hurt, but I still think CeeDee Lamb's better. I still think Justin Jefferson's better. I still think Jamar Chase is better. Puka's right there, though. I mean, he's phenomenal. He really has. He's phenomenal, and he's probably leading the league in everything. But he's leading the league in everything right now. Jamar Chase is quarterbackless basically, so he's might as well season be dead.
Yeah.
You hear that, Mikey? Dead. So I mean, that's just he and then Justin Jefferson. He's got a quarterback one week, another quarterback the next week, and he still looks good. And then CeeDee Lamb's out, but he looked great. But Puka is probably playing the best. Yes.
It's just the stats are kind of like eye-popping. He's number 1 in receptions with 42. The next receiver is Amon-Ra with 30. Number 2 is Ferguson. Number 3 is CMC. Okay, but he even leads them by like 8 or 9. He's first in first down receptions with 26. The next one isn't even half that, Rafa. He's first in yards. Okay. It's just mind-boggling. He seems to be getting the ball like on every first and second down, man. And it's crazy.
He's also first in targets, right? So if we look at it, he averages 12 yards of reception. You have a lot of guys that the other guys that we mentioned, and you can look at DK, who has 4 games played. He's averaging 17 yards of reception. You have
he had an 80-yard touchdown last week.
Okay, but he's still averaging 17 yards of reception. You have Ricky Pearsall, who's averaging 16 yards of reception. He's got 20 catches. You have JSN, who has 26 receptions. He's averaging 15 yards a catch. Quentin Johnson averaging 15 yards a catch with 22. None of those guys have more than 40 targets. Puka has 50 targets. So if you average just the he's averaging 12 plus. He's averaging, if we look at just the targets, not completions, he averages 10 yards a target, but in reality, 12 yards of completion. Look at the other guys. Nobody's targeted. The next closest guy is CMC and Chris Olave at 43.
Mhm.
None of the other guys. There's one receiver. Beside Olave and Garrett Wilson and Puka are the ones that are 1, 3, and 5 in targets. The other two guys are a tight end and a running back.
And a running back.
So so the first downs, yes, he's got one touchdown. Okay,
Yeah, that's the one thing. He has one touchdown.
He has one touchdown. St. Brown has 6. Rome has 5. Dobbs has 4. Pickens has 4. Quentin Johnson has 4. Ibuka has 4. Keenan Allen's got 3. Devontae's got 3, and he's on his fucking team. So
you think you concentrate? You think Devontae? What's your prop for the week? Do you have any prop in this game? Any money? I feel like Devontae is just going to be open. Like if you're scheming, if you're Salah from the 49ers, you got to be bracketing fucking Puka. Are you not? Is Devontae going to be wide open?
Only thing is that you can't bracket both sides. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. You can't bracket both sides. That's why I'm saying DA should have a hell of a game.
That's the thing. Both of them can have like hell of a game, which is the main which is why he's open so much more this year. Because last year he was able to get bracketed, like when Cooper Kupp was out. But I think teams focus on Adams a little more. So they're basically in like either man or stop zone every single time, and he just manages to find that area where Stafford can get on the ball perfectly.
Yeah.
But props, I didn't have any props. I usually do my prop research Friday nights, and that's where I throw them on.
All right. I just the stats were like wow.
His receipt, I think his yardage line was 100.5, which is crazy.
But he's averaging 125 a game. JSN averages 100.
Yeah, still
JSN. I looked at his stats. JSN is top 3 in almost every category. And when we get to that Seattle game, I got some Sam Darnold love for your ass, Rafa.
Hey, he's playing great. He's playing good. What am I going to do? He's playing good.
Cola. Cola.
Pump the brakes. Pump the shit. Pump the shit. So is Indiana Jones, baby. So is Indiana Jones.
Going over to the Ireland game, we have the Vikings.
Peter Murphy, real quick, Eddie Money. Peter Murphy is spot on. Niners, Rams, both great systems. Those guys can coach. You are 100% accurate.
Yeah. Facts.
Ireland game, 6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. kickoff for us. Vikings minus 3.5 against Dylan Gabriel and the Browns. Over under crazy low total of 36.
Dude, I think this is like a super duper fucking blue chip. Like just fucking
super duper.
This is like the biggest shit to me. The Vikings minus 3.5. Like I said, when you go back 2 years ago when the Jags were there and they waited for the Bills, they were at 6.5 point underdogs in that game and they beat them outright. They beat them by 5. Minnesota waiting there for Cleveland, rookie quarterback, all of that shit. Cleveland's defense doesn't travel in the States, yet alone they got to travel across the pond.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're in trouble. I love the Vikings minus 3.5. Absolutely love the Minnesota Vikings. First half, game, the whole fucking thing. First half, probably 2.5. Take the Vikings minus 2.5 first half. Take the Vikings minus 3.5 for the game. The Minnesota Vikings roster, coaching staff is superior to everything of the Browns. They have the best unit on both sides because of the way Cleveland's defense travels. I don't know why it works like that, but they just don't travel.
Dude,
so
something's on that airplane, man.
Yeah, I don't know, dude, but I absolutely fucking love the Minnesota Vikings this week. Absolutely love it. Dylan Gabriel's going to throw 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Oh man.
I can never forget that Jags Bills game. And I said it when that happened. I said, this is bullshit that the Bills are traveling there to the Jags because the Jags were a decent roster as Minnesota is a better roster than Cleveland. And they've been there now. They've been there for going on 2 weeks. So I think, and they're at home. They've been home basically for 2 weeks. If you look at it,
Mm-hmm.
you're not leaving anywhere. So I think it's a huge advantage for the Minnesota Vikings. Take the Minnesota Vikings this weekend.
Also, which I think is that the Browns have to take credit for a home game when they're traveling.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
kinda
So
sucks.
sucks, but I love the Vikings in this spot. I mean, I would be shocked if they don't put up, 24 points just themselves.
Wow.
I think a 24-6 ball game. Call it a day.
Oof.
Smash the under and spread. All right. Going to the 10 a.m. kickoffs, we have the Dolphins favored by 1 on the road in Carolina. That's the Panthers over under 44.5. No Tyreek Hill for the rest of the year. I think he tore like 3 or 4 ligaments in his knee and dislocated it. That was a rough injury.
That was ugly.
But
was
they
a-
were
That was ugly, and it was a tough break because Tyreek was playing so well to that point.
so well.
Dude, every time it was third and whatever, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it was, Tua was able to find him for a first down. I think he had his first 4 or 5 first 4 receptions, I think it was, or 5 first downs. It were receptions for first downs. I mean, he was really good on Monday night. Will he miss that against the Carolina team? I don't know. Tua played well, and it has to be kind of a boost of confidence for that team. Waller came in, made a hell of a catch on the first touchdown. I think he's going to be a big part of that team going forward, especially losing Tyreek. I know it's not the same position, but it's another target and a big target coming down the middle.
Yeah.
The guy can play. He's always been able to play. He was a fucking, I think Kelsey Plum leaving him or whatever the fuck happened affected him and put him in a fucking, he went and hid in a cocoon for a couple years, but he looked good on Monday night. And I know it was a Jets team, usually good on defense. They didn't look good on Monday night. I think it's a big boost for Miami. I like Miami here.
Ooh. Also, one of those touchdown passes was over Sauce Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
Really great catch.
Waller's issue has never been talent. It's always been the love of the football game. And he made
Miami though, Eddie. People love Miami, baby. It's like
the Yams.
He made a breakup song and a horrible video at that, breaking up over Kelsey Plum. It looked like a Taylor Swift. It was really bad. It was really fucking bad.
I like Miami. I like the over here too, Eddie Bunny. I don't think the defenses are any good. The Jets were able to run the ball really well, especially on that first drive, and then to have that football getting into the going in.
Like the full first drive, I didn't even think they passed the ball. They
just were able to run the ball.
Doing his own reads.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I was like, they definitely fucking found thing one to exploit and then just continued it until it didn't stop working. Dude Maboot said, no, Cubans love Miami. To be specific, they love Mac-9s while arguing over Coke turf in Miami.
It's true. And now if you watch, go follow Only in Dade. There's literally fucking pictures of guys, because now it's open carry. There's literally guys fucking on their fucking mopeds, like on the freeway. I swear to God, in their mopeds with a fucking just an AK-47 across the body, a fucking M4 and shit. It's fucking wild. I can't wait for the weekend. I'm pumped. So pumped.
Next game, we have the Broncos going into Philly to play the Eagles. Eagles favored by 3.5 over under 44.
Dude, I'm tired of the fucking Eagles. I'm tired of the Eagles. I hate them.
This is the last 2 years with the Eagles, Rafa. We always said when they've gone, 10-1, it feels like the last 2 years. It wasn't impressive.
No,
it
was not.
It's not impressive, but here's the thing. They know how to win. And they They do it in a bunch of different ways. AJ Brown, gave this Bible verse. Dude, he's
being like ultimate diva when his team's undefeated.
That's what I hate, man.
2 catches, 7 yards last week.
9 targets, though, right?
9 targets. He mopes, gives this cryptic fucking Bible verse. He came out today and took accountability and apologized for it, because there's nothing worse than a diva receiver complaining about touches when you win the game. And I told all you fantasy people to stay away from him because there's so many weapons. There's no question that he has top 5 talent in this league, but it's just not going to happen. They don't care how they win. That's the beauty of the Eagles. And they are. Listen. I don't do blue chips, but the Broncos are feeling themselves after beating Division III Mount Union Raiders last week on fucking TV. I'm sorry,
And
the Bengals are the fucking worst team I have ever seen, maybe in the NFL in my lifetime. And the Broncos didn't look too fucking hot. I'm sorry, they kicked the Bengals' ass, but they had issues, penalties. Uh, but the Bengals' defense is trash. I think the Eagles are gonna fucking smash.
Yeah, the Eagles are. Like I said last week, they're reminding me of the Chiefs of last year. Like they just get by and win these games. That the block punt to open the scoring
Mhm.
on Sunday against Tampa. Baker had just the worst interception. I don't understand. I don't know if you saw it,
That was
because
bad.
that
I
was
did.
such a brutal point in the game, because you needed points, and you could have used the field goal and then had a drive to win the game
Yes.
after you get the ball back. And so that was brutal to watch. And but yeah, the Eagles just win in the craziest ways. And the thing about the Eagles that we've had for the last 2 years and nobody seems to talk about is that there's always bullshit surrounding them. Like last year, on the sideline, the coach, and Sirianni's getting fired, and they were like
Yeah.
6-0 or whatever the fuck it was.
Yep.
And they're dude, you can't fire a guy who's winning divisions, getting the Super Bowls. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, come on.
Yeah.
So, and there's always something going on. And now the AJ Brown thing, he had 9 targets, he had 2 catches. Probably 6 of those 9 targets were fucking balls thrown at his feet or over his head. And they counted his targets.
Yeah.
yeah,
So, but
that's how it
I'm
works.
with Eddie. I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles as well against Denver.
Yeah.
Blue chip.
No.
Next game we got Rafa's Cowboys favored by 2.5 going into New York to play the Jets and Justin Fields, over under 47.5.
Dude, I was dying to get Justin Fields in fantasy because I love this matchup for Fields.
It's a great
The first
matchup.
time that Fields played the Cowboys with the Bears, that was the first time that I thought that Justin Fields was an NFL quarterback. And he played great in Dallas, that first meeting that he had against the Cowboys with the Bears. He was phenomenal that day. I think he's going to have a phenomenal game on Sunday. And this Dallas defense, Eddie talking about the Bengals defense, this Dallas defense, there's 3 defenses that are god-awful to watch in this league. The Dallas Cowboys, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, those 3 defenses, 1, 2, and 3, as just straight fucking trash. But I love the over in this game. 47.5. Let's blue chip the over in this game. Over 47.5. I think both teams are going to go at it. And I think it's going to be a close game. Justin Fields is going to have a day against these Cowboys, I believe.
I just want to say this about this game. I had to defend Dak Prescott against someone I was watching. This guy sitting 2-3 seats away from me said Dak is trash. I almost lost my shit. I'm not a Cowboy fan. I'm not a Dak defender, but I thought the injuries and getting a year older, I thought Pickens was going to be a problem. I thought it was going to be Pickens balled out. But give Dak his fucking flowers. He was incredible. He wasn't good. He was fucking elite, and he's top 4 quarterback this year right now. He's
Finally,
he's always been a great leader. He handles the spotlight well, but he's incredible. And Javonte Williams out of UNC, baby. I didn't think he was going to be running the ball the way he's running. They found a good running back, Ferguson, a second in receptions. Pickens, dude, played his ass off. But like you said, defense is garbage, man. But I couldn't let this thing pass without saying how great Dak has been this year.
He's been really good. He was really good against a good Green Bay defense, right? That had looked good against a good Giants defense, which we know is a great roster wise, right?
Yep.
And he looked great against them as well. And he's battled back. And
he's
he's led the
clutch.
drive. He needed a touchdown, and he fucking got it.
Dude.
If that defense was half of an NFL defense, half of a fucking NFL defense, they win that game. Okay, and maybe there might have been some shady shit going on with the clock. What terrible clock management by Jordan Love there at the end of the game. Am I surprised? I'm not. You know why? I'm not going to get into it. We don't need to get into it. Terrible, terrible, terrible job by Jordan Love. You want to be considered a top-tier quarterback in the league, you cannot make those mistakes. You got lucky. You got away with one. That is god-awful by Jordan Love this last weekend. Great play by Dak. I've been preaching it for two plus years on this show about Dak, and people, they don't come around, so they start coming around, baby.
I get hating the Cowboys. I get hating the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's easy.
But there's nothing to hate about Dak. I've never hated Dak. I mean, other than, throwing some bad picks in big spots. But this year, he's been nothing but clutch. You need a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 15. He has shown up every fucking time, Rafa.
This is one of those. This is kind of, it's so early in the season, but you can't go to 1-3 here if you're Dallas. The Jets are a lost fucking cause. Let's be real. Yeah. You know why? The coach sucks. Not going to get into that, but it's a lost cause for the Jets. Dallas, for me, I think you need. You can't be 1-3, 1-3-1, 2-2 for Dallas going forward. I think this would be a huge game for Dallas, and but I don't think they're going to be able to stop that fucking Jets offense. If Justin Fields can run the ball like that, and Breece Hall can run the ball like that, those corners, Darren Bland, who I fucking got shit for, last season or the year before, because he was fucking a top upper echelon, and I was 330 pounds when I made that comment. So it was a lot of fat jokes. I still get fat jokes, not that fat jokes.
Yeah.
But so I don't think they're going to be able to do shit to that with that Jets offense. I think that's why I love the over. That game's going to be in the high 20s, maybe low 30s.
Yeah, check out a Wilson prop there, Eddie Money. Wilson, he's been also having a really good year, and they're finding him ways to get the ball in different ways. So,
dude, McBoob with his Ohio State hate. Fields went to Ohio State, so he has definitely killed a male escort. I love it. I love it.
Peter Murphy said Fields is going to throw for $1 billion on the Cowgirls.
He might run for $1 billion. I don't know about throw for $1 billion.
He might run for a lot.
Yeah. Next game on the docket, we got our Raiders going into Indy to play the Colts. Colts favored by 7, over under 48. What happened to Geno Smith, man?
What happened?
What happened?
I said it at the
beginning. Then he comes to Vegas and he forgot how to throw the ball.
Dude, you guys were stroking this dude Johnson 2 months ago.
He was
Geno and the accuracy and this and that. He's accurate as fuck to the other team.
They were all horrific. Interceptions, bad reads, bad throws, and somehow people and Raider fans want to put this. Listen, O-line hasn't been good. He throws from a dirty pocket, but on those interceptions, that wasn't the case. Just bad reads. And to put this on Pete Carroll, I saw some stupid shit, some Raider content creator saying, bring in Mike Norvell and Carson Beck. First of all, they have nothing to do with each other. One plays at Florida State, one fucking plays quarterback for Miami. That's how fucking stupid you are. Oh, my God. That was ridiculous. But the other thing, to put this on Pete Carroll, okay, Raiders should have won that game if not for, horrible turnovers. Number 2, Rafa, we put a post out today saying that you think we should trade Max Crosby. That was since Lawrence Taylor, maybe a Ray Lewis. That was the best defensive performance I have seen since those two graced the football field. He was incredible. And the only thing, Rafa, I say is if you get 3 first-round picks, you can't get the character. There's no guarantee you will get the ball player that Max is. The only reason at this point that I would agree to trading Max Crosby is because I feel sorry for Max Crosby. At what more can he do at this point? He was incredible. And shout out to Max, man. Raider fans, feel for you, brother. Hang in there. I mean, you're rich as fuck. We paid you. So, I mean, look at, I mean, there's plenty of guys that get paid that play on shitty teams. So hopefully you hang in there.
You have an elite player in his prime
Mm-hmm.
and you're a 1-3 football team.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. You're a 1-3 football team. The unit that he's on is not a good unit. So
no, they're not.
I don't have a good unit, period. My best unit is my special teams, as it was when King was the punter and Janikowski was the kicker.
Well, you had to
the problem.
kick block to lose the game. So you can't even give them props.
That is also very true. I think it's just, you don't have even an average unit. Forget elite. You don't have an average unit. When you trade a Max Crosby, you're not going to replace him, because you're not replacing a Max Crosby. You're trying to build a roster, whether this year is basically dead in the water, right? And because you'd be getting a draft pick for the future. The idea is to build a roster that can compete in the league. This roster, as good as Max Crosby is, can only be good if you had two Max Crosbys playing on opposite ends of each other. You literally would need two of them on that defensive unit to make those corners look half decent. So that's my thing about trading him. I'm not saying you're getting a Max Crosby and you're not going to get a better play. You're not going to get a player as good as him. You never are. And Dallas Cowboys are never going to are probably not going to draft a player as good as Micah Parsons, but they will be able to build the rest of the roster out with that other pick. Obviously, you still have to hit on the draft pick and all of that, but at least there's hope. With Max Crosby on the field, there is no hope. As good as he is, there is no hope, literally. Because if I'm playing against the Raiders, I double team him all game long, and then there's no hope that my quarterback's going to have a sack fumble, that there's going to be a batted ball. There will be no hope. That hope is gone. All you got to do is double team Max Crosby against the Raiders, and the rest of the defense will do absolutely nothing, and you will be able to put up 24 to 28 points a game against them week in and week out. That roster, unfortunately, is really bad. They cannot protect the quarterback. They can't defend.
They lost their left tackle. They lost their best offensive lineman too.
So imagine going forward, you're losing your best offensive lineman, which the line hasn't been very good at all. Geno Smith is fucking running for his life back there. He's throwing it up to who knows, God knows who. So that's why I say that they should trade Max now, because there can't be a guy that's the identity of your team when your team is consistently winning 5, 6, 7 games. That's the thing. So it's not like you're the Eagles or the Chiefs or even the Niners or any of those guys, any of those teams. You're not even the Steelers. You're not. He's could be the identity of the team, of the franchise. The franchise is 1-3 right now. Last year they had a losing record. The year before they had a losing record. It's just losing. You need to change it up. And the only way you can add pieces is by getting draft picks, and that guy will bring you the most value in draft picks.
Listen, I get what you're saying. My issue with that is, and I'll try to do this quick, is that if there was, and I'm trying to think of a quarterback worthy of a number 1 draft pick, I'm thinking Peyton Manning, I'm thinking John Elway, thinking of another quarterback that worked out as the first pick in the draft. There's not
Eddie,
many.
I'm not even talking about quarterback. I'm not talking about going out and trading.
I am, because so let's get a bunch of good offensive linemen and defensive tackles and run retread after retread after retread. I would only draft him if I could, or trade him if I could parlay 2 first-round picks into a number 1 first overall draft pick at quarterback. And right now,
it doesn't matter. Peyton Manning was 1-15 and led the league in interceptions.
So was Troy Aikman.
They were god awful, and they ended up
bad rosters.
But they were bad rosters. This roster's terrible. This roster's god awful. It's god awful everywhere. It's not just this, that. It's everything. They're good at tight end. They may be okay at running back because he had one good game, and that was against the Bears. We'll see weeks going forward.
We're good at
Them
running back.
wasting a number 6 pick on Genty was absolutely ridiculous. And even as a Raider fan, even if they traded Max and got the first round picks, would you even have confidence in this group of morons running this team to draft good enough guys? They might go out and draft another running back. They're so fucking stupid.
Spytech helped build the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So
yes, which was already Mike Evans was there, and all he did was get Baker Mayfield.
Tristan Wirfs, Devin White.
We got Brady as our owner, so hopefully he does a little more.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Matthew Roach says they just need to convince Brady to come out of retirement.
Tom Brady with that offensive line would have been dead 3 weeks ago. Literally dead.
He would have been dead in
dead.
OTAs.
He would have been doing Tua.
Oh man, but
let's get off the Raiders. We can go on forever.
Yeah. For the game, you think Colts just steamroll them?
No, I don't. I don't think they steamroll them. The Colts should have been. They should be 4-0. It's a big mistake they made, and they were still up 20-13 to allow. They closed really bad the first half. They allowed a touchdown with whatever it was 7 seconds. They allowed the Rams to go down 80 yards in under a minute. And then the fourth quarter, they closed terrible as well. Up 20-13 with whatever it was, 4 or 5 minutes to lose that game. They closed really bad. And you need to fix that right away. You can't afford a loss here because then it's like, all right, now Daniel Jones is who we thought he was, and you can't be 3-2 for the Colts. They should be 4-0. I believe the Colts win. I want to believe that it's going to be closer than what it is.
All right. Next game with a really tight line. Texans favored by 1 going into Baltimore to play the Ravens. No Lamar Jackson. He should be out 2 to 3 weeks. Over under of 40.
Everyone's out. They have like 6 or 7 starters out, as they did against
6-7.
Oh, Jesus.
6-7.
Yes.
Is Derrick Henry playing?
He should
he
be.
Is. He is.
Cooper Rush will be the backup, by the way.
And Cooper Kupp was a very good backup in Dallas.
Rush.
I mean Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush was a very good backup in Dallas. He had that hot start, and then he found the Eagles and got his ass whooped. And that's funny, by the way, dude. But poop. So do they prefer to have Chubb in the lineup or Woody in the lineup? It needs to be one or the other. Having two is really gay.
Dude and Boob's gonna hate when they come out with a 2-back set.
Dude, yes. I think they're gonna run. I think they're gonna run the ball. I love the under here, under 40. I'm gonna blue chip under 40 in this game. They're not gonna throw the ball very much. They're gonna be able to run. They're gonna try to run the ball. And with Henry and with the other backs, I want to say that we're going to see a lot of screens and very short routes with Zay Flowers, get him involved, maybe a little bit of reverse action, etc.
Yeah, I mean Texans' issue is not defense; they're the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL. The issue with the Ravens is obviously injuries on defense, but also Rafa, and we beat this drum to death last year. Is that they are not getting King Henry the ball enough. Again, he's like 24th in carries and 8th overall in yards. He's averaging 71 yards a game. Last year, he averaged 113. It's a small sample size. But I feel like even Lamar is frustrated with them not running the ball enough. He is everything. He has like, on first and second down last week, Rafa, he had 6 carries in the game against the Chiefs. 6 carries in the entire game on first and second down.
You know how I feel about that team.
Oh, my God.
You know how I feel about their play calling.
It was the AFC Championship all over again 2 fucking years ago. It's fucking wild. You have a guy who gets better with touches, and you don't give him the fucking ball. So, Cooper Rush, I saw a stat. Watch out for Jamal Hill as well. He has the second quickest release. He's averaging like 2.65 seconds. he will get rid of the ball. I agree with you, Rafa. Zay Flowers is going to have a big game, but you have to know your identity. The problem is, that defense is not good in Baltimore.
I think this is a perfect game for them to get healthy because the Texans offense hasn't looked good. They struggled last week against Tennessee. They made Tennessee in that first half look like fucking Tennessee was the fucking 86 Bears.
Yeah.
I mean, really bad. So I like the under here. I think both teams are going to try and run the ball. The Ravens are going to control the clock. I think they'll be able to move the chains, long drives. You're not going to see those quick hitters. And I think that's going to help the Ravens defense a lot. Going out there, Lamar hits these quick hitters and the defense is on the sideline real time for like 4 minutes. Real time, not even game time. Real time, 4 or 5 minutes. So I like the under here, under 40. We're going to blue chip under 40. I think is the play here.
Ravens defense, they'll be out with Roquan and Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah, there's like 6 starters on defense that are hurt.
Yeah, they're all week to week with soft tissue injuries.
Huh. Oh, did he?
Next game, we got Peter Murphy's Giants and Jackson Dart potentially going into New Orleans to play the Saints. Saints are favored -2, over under 42.
This is another fucking blue chip. Oh, dude, the G-Men defense gonna fucking tee off on Spencer Rattler. He's looked okay. I mean, listen, Olave,
he hasn't been horrible.
He hasn't been horrible. Olave's been pretty good, although he's been getting fucking hammered.
Yeah.
I like the Giants here, even with Jackson Dart, or if they go with Russ, maybe Jameis gets a chance. I could see the Giants trading Russ real soon here, especially Cincinnati needs a quarterback and they're falling quick. But I like the Giants here, +2. I'm going to blue chip the New York Football Giants +2.
How long can Scatterboo? How long can Scatterboo continue to run as physical as he's doing? Like he did that shit in the Big 12. It seems like he's gonna get a concussion, man. Like he puts his head down on every fucking play. At halftime, he had stick marks on his shoulder pads. He's a superstar. I love how physical he is. His low center of gravity. I love the fucking Giants. It sucks that Neighbors has to go out like that, but watch out for Slayton, man. He's gonna step up, and I think that they'll be okay.
Michael Brown, that horn may get me to unsubscribe. You're just racist, bro.
Hey, Michael Brown would hate to be at a hip hop DJ set. That you hear that horn
no, you hear
like
that shit
15 times.
Yeah.
Rattler gonna be inbred or some shit. Oh, he's got to be 100%. You're right, Peter Murphy.
He's everything you could think of.
All of it, and then some.
Speaking of the Titans, next game they're going into Arizona to play the Cardinals. Cardinals are favored by 7.5, over under 42. Marvin Harrison Jr. with a big touchdown to get him going for the season.
Oh Jesus! Wow. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Analogy.
Dude, McBoob, not a fan of DJs. Takes a lot to hit the play button.
Yeah.
You got to read the room, dude.
He's right, though. I'm not a fan of DJs.
But Titans, Cardinals favor 7.5, over under 42. Big game for
Titans look bad.
Nothing to say about this fucking game. Nothing to say about it. I will
beat them easily.
I will say this. I still like Cam Ward. He's saying all the right shit. He's calling out teammates. He's putting in the work. They have the right guy at quarterback. I will continue to say that. Imagine that. I think a black quarterback is good.
That's my line.
Yeah, that's Rob's line.
I like Cam Ward as well. There's just no roster there. There's no. He has no help on that side of the ball. It's really bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. They'll have a high pick next year, and hopefully they can get a playmaker to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Into the 1:00 game, second slate. Lions favored by 10.5, going into Cincinnati to play trash can of the Bengals, over under 49.5.
How is 10.5 a number? How is 10.5 a number coming off a fucking short fucking week for the Lions? The Lions are going to fucking smack the Bengals by fucking 33.5 points.
Wow.
This is a fucking joke of a line. This is a Puerto Rican chip. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it, but this is so uneven, and I mean the Bengals are about to implode, man. That defense that I watched was just atrocious. Bengals need to be regulated to the Big 12 like they do in fucking.
No. Well, their defense, yes. Their offense can't play in the Big 12.
Yeah.
That offense looks like a Pac-12 offense.
Oh my god, so bad.
And the new Pac-12, not
The new, yes.
the new one,
Yes.
not the
Gosh,
old one.
if you like to make touchdown score parlays, at least you'll have at least 3 Lions players in this one.
Oh my gosh, so bad. So bad.
Yeah, Lions might put up another 30 spot this week.
Oh yeah. After that, we got Buccaneers playing the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 3.5, over under 44.5. This should be lining up to be a pretty good game, I fear.
Give me the Tampa Bay.
Whoa!
Oh yeah.
Give me the Tampa Bay. Give me the Tampa Bay.
Buccaneers. I mean, Rafa, you just can't say give me. Listen, in mid scramble last week, I was turned to my right and go, dude, how good is Baker Mayfield in that scramble? And then he literally, as soon as I left my lips, he threw that pick in the end zone.
God, that pick was so bad. So awful.
So bad. But here's the thing, and I'm going to give you some Sam Darnold, man, and Mike McDonald, who's really young coach and turning out to be an extraordinary coach. You have, Defensive Player of the Year candidate and Leonard Williams, who's balling out of SC. Sam Darnold and JSN, you said it earlier, I think might lead the league in catches over 20 yards. But this is all about Sam Darnold and the rhythm that he's playing in. And you said last year, of course he looks good. Addison, Jay Jettas, Hawkinson, has great weapons. Well, what up, Will? But there's some crazy shit going on with Sam Darnold. And they do so many fucking, stats now. He's passing for 70% completion rating. It's 8.3 yards per pass, which I think is like 5th. His QBR is top 5. But there's one stat that was mind-blowing that I looked up today and that just blew me away, is that Sam Darnold's off-target throws this year, he only has 5 off-target throws. You know how many Justin Herbert has? 25. And if you even take it even further, passes for over 20 yards plus, he has a 71 completion rating, Rafa. The average in the league, 38%. Sam has figured something out. Defense playing well. And it's in Seattle. It's East Coast to West Coast. Everyone knows
not
Seattle.
The same. It's not the same.
It's not the same. You gain, but it's in Seattle, which is everyone always says it's tough to play.
The thing is, what leads me to Tampa Bay is the line's 3.5. I think they're 3 points better than Tampa Bay, not 3.5. So the 3.5 for me is a big factor, which is why I'm taking Tampa Bay. I think they're still a good enough team to go in there, battle, keep the game close, come down to a late field goal for the Seahawks to win the game. That's what I think. That's how I think it's going to come down.
Yeah. And Seahawks defense, I believe it's second in the NFL, allowing 4.5 yards per play, which is, extraordinary. That defense is playing well too. But that's going to be a great game. That's going to be a great game.
Should be the best game of the weekend.
Yeah.
Next game up, we have the Redskins going into LA to play Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Chargers favored by 2.5, over under 48. Jaden Daniels should be playing, correct?
Yeah,
he's playing. He's playing
today. He's going to play.
He's playing.
There we go. This would be a good matchup.
Listen.
This would be a fun game to watch.
I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. What Jaden Daniels are you getting though?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Coming off an injury, late week, middle of the week practice, is he ready to go? Is McLaurin playing? He might be
He's
out
not.
again. So he's out. That was his number one target last year. Chargers are injured as well on the offensive line, on defense. But I'm going to lean towards the San Diego Superchargers at 2.5. I think they should win this game by 3-6. So I like the Chargers just because Jaden Daniels hasn't played in a handful of weeks.
That's
And,
pretty
everybody knows how I feel about the Redskins.
That's pretty funny, dude. Big Boom. Be more sensitive and call them drunken savages. Oh, that's good. No, we say the Redskins and we say San Diego Chargers on this show as well. We should go back to San Diego. So, but I agree with you. What a blow! Now you lost both tackles, but for some reason, Jim Harbaugh will figure this shit out. When it comes to the offensive line, he's gonna go like get Lincoln Kennedy off the street or something. He's a great offensive line coach. They will figure it out. And Omarion Hampton, stud from UNC, baby, looks great.
Yeah, he was running like a man out there.
So he
was.
Commandos now. And then going into Sunday Night Football, we got a divisional matchup. Patriots going into Buffalo to play the Bills. Bills favored by 8, over under 49. These games usually tend to fare better than people always think.
Give me the Bills. I'm not sold on Drake May.
Oh,
I'm not sold on Drake May.
Not to love about Drake May, Rafa.
The game I saw him play against the Raiders
is the first game of the year. Shit happens. The Raiders beat the Ravens last year, like the second game of the year. Raiders do stupid shit like that and beat better teams. Stephon Diggs found a quarterback. Drake May looks terrific. I'm sorry. 8 in a divisional game. It's way too much. The Bills.
Yeah, the Bills only beat the Jets by 20 a couple weeks ago.
That's the Jets.
Divisional game.
Yeah, that's everyone. That's the Jets. That doesn't count. But, James Cook, I think he's second in yards. They run the ball well. Kincaid finally putting up some numbers. He's turning into the tight end that they thought, they're getting out of Utah. But, I love the roster. I love the coach. And I love me some Drake May. I'm telling you, watch film. He looks freaking good, Rafa. Drake May. Is that dude from? UNC, baby.
Matthew Roach said he needs another year.
He needs another lifetime of.
The disrespect.
I'm not. Listen, the Bills last week had their hiccup game. And it was against the Saints and they won. And you saw a lot of frustration from Josh Allen. I think this week, he has a huge game this week, and I think they win this game by double digits. I could be wrong, as I usually am, but I could be right, which it's tend to happen. I'm going to go Buffalo here.
Rafa's both right and wrong. You just got to figure out when.
When exactly.
That was the funniest.
That's the hard part.
Rafa's, sometimes I'm wrong, but sometimes I'm right.
Yeah. And technically, I'm always right because I could have been right when I was wrong.
If he would have just picked the other thing, he'd always been right. So
really,
Rafa's never wrong.
No.
He said, Eddie, they lost to your Raiders and Steelers. 8-0
They did. And he looked god-awful.
They should beat the fucking – oh, my God. They should have beat the Steelers. They should have beat the Steelers.
They scored 0 points in the second half, I believe.
They fumbled on the 1 yard line going in. And they threw an interception in the end zone.
Who threw the interception?
Because he banged his head too fucking hard.
Who threw the interception?
The very play before that, his head bounced off the floor like a basketball. You don't ask your quarterback to throw a ball after his head, goes off the turf like that. That was a bad play call.
Very true. Bills by 1 million. What's the next one?
Monday Night Football. For some reason, Chiefs are on primetime again. Chiefs favored by 3.5 going into Jacksonville. Play Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. Over under 46.5. Chiefs got going a little bit last week. seemed
Stop.
seemed better.
Against
Chiefs
the
are-
Ravens fucking defense, who's
The Chiefs
suck.
are winning. The Chiefs are winning the AFC West. The Chiefs are winning the AFC West. The Chiefs will be the number 2 seed in the AFC. I'm telling you that right now. The Chiefs will. They're going to beat the Jags on Monday night. I think it's going to be a tough. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think they beat the Jags on Monday night. I think they win the AFC West. I think they end up with the number 2 seed in the AFC. I think the Chiefs. The Chiefs are. You're going to see them rolling. Getting going here.
I had to turn off that fucking game. It made me fucking want to puke. I couldn't stand watching it. And for the record, we had a big debate on Patty Mahomes, how long he's going to play. Patty Mahomes right now is 3rd in rushing yardage for QBs. That's why he's not going to last another fucking 7-8 years, okay? Because he runs way too much. You know, Xavier Worthy back. Xavier had a good game, but this is not a sustainable thing for the Chiefs offense. I'm sorry.
Is Rice back this week?
No, it's back week 7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
6-game suspension.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was 4. Okay.
But every time you turn around, fucking Schuster, JJ Schuster, whatever the fuck his name is, was catching a ball.
Juju.
Made me sick.
Peter
Yeah, Juju.
Murphy, let's friendly bet it. I think you have a 1-game lead on me. So right now, right? If we look, let me look real quick. I'm gonna look. I don't want to cheat you.
3-1, 2-2, right?
Yeah. So the Chargers are 3-1. The Chiefs are 2-2. I'll take the Chiefs. So I'm behind a game and technically almost 2 because the Chargers already won the first head-to-head meeting. But we'll friendly bet whatever you want to bet. Let me know. We'll throw it out there. If you drink scotch, we'll do a bottle of scotch. If you drink wine, we'll do a bottle of wine. You want to do a box of cigars? Whatever you want to do, Peter Murphy. I will take the Chiefs. You take the Chargers. You name the bet. $5. We can bet $5. We can bet a 12-pack of Busch Light if that's your go-to.
I think he wants a 12-pack of Rat Traps.
I'm telling you right now, Chiefs are fool's gold after that. Watching that game, it's fool's gold. That offense is not as good as it looked last week. I am sorry. Ravens have issues.
Oh my God, Matthew Rocha, you want to get in on some more action as well, guys? Come on, listen. The Chiefs hate is insane. Chiefs, listen. We'll talk about it again in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We'll look at it week 10. We'll talk about it week 10. I'm telling you right now, the Chiefs are going to win the AFC West, and it's going to be down to the wire. There it is. Damn right. Damn right. It's going to be down to the wire. I don't think it's going to be down to the wire. I think the Chiefs are going to bench their team in week 17. That's how I think that's going to go.
Aye.
Made me sick to
Well,
my stomach.
that finishes up NFL football for us. Some blue chips that we have so far. Vikings minus 3.5. First half Vikings as well. Cowboys Jets over 47.5. Texans Ravens under 40. Giants +2 and the Bucks +3.5.
There you go, man. Blue chips. That's your NFL recap. Also, Eddie Money will be putting out his prop picks, which he is 8-2.
Matt, real quick, I don't.
Ooh.
It's better than that shit for $30 less.
Yeah.
So don't upgrade me. I'll send you a request that's going to cost you less than that.
And it could be way better.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, all right. Going into college football, we got week 6. Huge games last week. Georgia losing at home, snapping the 33 home game win streak. We mentioned it earlier. FSU losing to Virginia. Virginia's now ranked. They're number 24. I feel like I'm missing a game.
Virginia should be undefeated. They lost with like 40 seconds on an interception against NC State. That Virginia fucking coach is pretty fucking good.
Oh,
Pretty.
Oregon, Penn State obviously went to OT. Oregon secured it.
That's god awful. That was god awful.
I can't believe you're the one who picked James fucking Franklin and Drew fucking.
It's my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault.
I gave you the stats. You guys didn't even believe how fucking bad were those stats. You're like, that can't be. That can't be. It was, and they were, and he
He's
did.
just god fucking awful, and they still hold that 7 ranking or whatever. Dude, that shit is a
Yeah.
fucking joke.
Okay,
That is such a fucking joke.
they get a huge bounce back game this week. They get UCLA.
Oh, can we fire? Can we fire the CBS scheduling directors? You put fucking UCLA or Penn State at UCLA on prime fucking time or 12 o'clock on a major network. That's wild. UCLA hasn't led at any point, any fucking game this year. That's how bad UCLA is. Yeah, Drew Aller going 600 yards. Nico Yamavea going to throw for 18 interceptions. Whatever the spread is, Penn State going to get right. Penn State's going to get right because UCLA is bad.
Peter Murphy, we told you last week on this show that game was a trap game.
Yep.
We told you that trap game, and it happened. As the Iowa-Indiana game, which I also said was a trap game, Iowa had a chance there. They did cover, though.
They did cover.
Yes. Those were 2 trap games. Not a shock that Florida State lost that game. A very good game. They were able to battle back in the second quarter. Took a lead into halftime. But very, very, very tough. Very tough game.
Let's talk a little about, because I had to watch it because we were golfing during the Georgia-Alabama game. I came home. I watched it 2 days ago. Like we called it, man, that Georgia defense, not as good as past years. Ty Simpson, very good quarterback.
He looked fucking good, didn't he?
He looks good, man. And did Kalen DeBoer save his job for another fucking second time, beating
the thing
fucking
is,
Georgia
when
again?
we look at it, and I'm guilty of this, and I think I should apologize. And he doesn't know who the fuck I am, and he probably never will. But I'm going to come out and apologize to Kellen DeBoer because I think that I've held him to a standard that I don't think is the correct standard. It's too high, right? Like Nick Saban left, and we expected Alabama to just kind of keep doing what it was doing, being a top 5 program in the country. And, he was at Washington, and he did a good job, but all that was in the Pac-12. He's beat Georgia twice now. He's beat Georgia twice. It looks like when we watched Ty Simpson last week, he made great throws. And if they don't have crucial drops, as they did week 1 against Florida State, which could have led to them losing that game, they had crucial drops in that game. They had crucial drops in the game against Georgia, which led to some punts, which could have they dropped a touchdown and might have dropped 2 in that game. So they look good. The defense played good for Alabama on the road. I mean, listen, Kellen DeBoer. He did a great job, and he's done a hell of a job against Georgia. He really has. And I don't know if it's Kellen DeBoer doing a phenomenal job against Georgia or Kirby just shitting his fucking pants year after year after year at Alabama. Like, do you just want to go and coach there? Is that what it is? Because you had the chance.
Yeah,
you had the chance to go back and coach at Alabama. So go ahead.
Speaking of wanting to coach at Alabama, Doug Sweeney says DeBoer's still going to find his way out. Then I'm going to get season tickets.
Yeah,
listen,
DeBoer. Go ahead, Eddie.
Ty Simpson right now, he's right there. I think top 3, top 4 Heisman. 11, like you said, they dropped 2 touchdown passes. He has 11 TDs and 0 interceptions. Problem is Alabama's defense against Georgia allowed 227 yards, and against Florida State allowed 230 yards. So Alabama's run defense isn't up to par as we are spoiled. And I'm going to say this, Rafa, and I'm going to tie this to because we have Doug Sweeney spelled incorrectly. For the first time, I thought that, you know what, maybe I have underestimated Nick Saban. And maybe he is the best coach of all time, because Alabama and Nick Saban has won with quarterbacks, Greg McElroy. You could you can keep going on and on and on. And Bill Belichick, who I say is the best coach of all time, which I'm starting to doubt, has never won anything. He made it to the playoffs with
Matt Castle.
Matt Castle, right?
Out of
Chatsworth High School, USC.
Bam.
Yeah. Chatsworth
That
High
was
School.
my years, by the way.
Oh yeah, and played tight end at USC, by the way.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm starting to think that, yeah, man, Nick Saban might be the best coach of all time because he has won without superstar quarterbacks, and that brings me to UNC, right? Or Clemson at UNC, and Dabo 1-3, Belichick 2-2. Obviously, haven't played the same competition, but I have to call out. I have to call out Rafa, Bill Belichick, and I don't know the context of this. I don't know if I'm seeing right, but this is the second time now that his girlfriend has made her way down to the sidelines and actually spoke words to Bill Belichick. And I don't know if this is halftime. I don't know if it's pregame. I hope it's not during the game. But it's unacceptable, Rafa. It's unacceptable, and it reminds me of an analogy. And you know, on the golf course, Rafa, we've taken our wives. I've played with my wife, but to me, it's that dude who is playing a foursome with his buddies, but has to bring. He's the only guy in the foursome that gets an extra cart and strolls around with your wife. You know, during 18 holes. Listen, we've done it. We've taken both our wives and not played, right? Because we want to play golf. We didn't want to leave him on a Sunday. That's one thing. But it's because we want to play golf. This is Bill Belichick's job. Imagine your wife showing up during a big board meeting. Hey, I got to tell you something. Or it's embarrassing for UNC. It pisses me off. I don't care what the circumstances are. But I had to fucking call it out, man. We all know that dude. We all know that dude who brings his wife with his buddies, out on a fucking 18 holes of golf. It's embarrassing as fuck. What are they fucking saying? What are these guys fucking?
Dude, McBoob, are you sure you're not Republican making these statements, bro? I hate broads on the sidelines as reporters in sports or on sports broadcasts. Either lick your nips or shut your face, bitch.
Wow. Wow,
and then
dude.
Doug Sweeney says, my sister going to be on the sidelines. I mean, Dabo's wife. I love it. I love it. I'm with you, Eddie. I'm with you on that. The only woman that should be on the sidelines is the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, which Peter Murphy alluded to earlier. So yeah, no, I think you're spot on there. But if she's coming down, like, how serious is Bill taking this? That's my question is. Yeah. How serious are you taking it to Bill? I'm not even blaming it on her. I mean, listen, if she's allowed to come down, Bill's obviously pussy whooped at this age. That's the God honest truth. Because if you're allowing your girlfriend who's 40 years younger than you or whatever, come down to the sideline at a profession that you've been doing, that you've had now for 35, 40 years, and since you were her age, and you didn't see Bill Parcells bringing his wife down to the sideline. You didn't see other coaches that you coach with bringing their wives or girlfriends down on the sidelines before or during or right after maybe a big win, but definitely not beating Charlotte.
She holds the door when they go into the locker rooms, like at halftime. She holds the door open for them to go in. That's like I think she does almost every game.
It's unacceptable. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for the university, and maybe he's trying to get fired. Maybe he's trying to get bought out. It's wild. Dabo did something today or yesterday in a press conference, and it's the exact opposite of Brian Kelly. And I've been not a fan of Brian Kelly. I've told you he takes no accountability when it comes to coaching. He blames everything on his players. But Dabo came out and said today, he's like, there is one thing that I can blame this on, and it's coaching. and the buck stops with him. And 100%, even he goes, we have talent all over the place. He goes, the only thing that is going wrong is that we're not doing our job as coaches. And then he went as far as to say, and it's all the coaches, including me, because I hired these coaches. That's exactly what I want to hear from Dabo. Is it too late to salvage the season? Yes, but I think they steamroll my Tar Heels. It's not going to be a great day to be a Tar Heel, and it's going to be embarrassing. And the embarrassment goes on, man, with Bill and letting his lady on the sideline. I didn't even hear about the holding the door. It's just it's fucking bad.
Dude, Magoob alluding to Belichick's girlfriend being an absolute gold digger.
They tried to coin the phrase. They tried to patent it. They literally want to start a jewelry line called Gold Digger. So you're not breaking any news.
She just starts puking, thinking of having to tongue those old gross balls. Yet still have to drive a Toyota. Not even a Lexus, just a Toyota.
Oosh.
Great call. Great call. But
but,
Alabama, by the way, let's go back to Alabama, who has a big matchup against Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt beat them last year.
Game of the week for me. Game of the week for me.
Game of the week. Alabama minus 10.5 at home against a Vanderbilt team that's looked good. Have they played anyone impressive?
No.
5-0. 5-0. They beat South Carolina, I believe it was.
Mhm.
Who's been the biggest disappointment in the SEC in my eyes. And I think they're a bigger disappointment than Florida was. I didn't want to believe the Florida hype just for a couple good games at the end of the year. But so they are, to me, the biggest disappointment in the SEC. Can Vanderbilt go in there and beat them, Eddie? After what you saw from Ty Simpson last week, can they go into Alabama and beat Alabama there on the field?
Spread is 10.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vandy, with the head coach Clark Lee, is 7 wins outright when they're an underdog, not covering. Outright win. Okay, Diego Pavia, who I've been trying to tell everyone, out of New Mexico, 2-time state high school wrestling champion, New Mexico, he has the 3rd most rushing attempts, design runs at quarterback. Here's why they can win, Rafa. It's because, like how I stated earlier, Alabama's run defense is not good. Diego Pavia flourishes on running the ball. It's misdirection. When you think he's going to run, he passes. This coaching staff really does a good job of hiding their inefficiencies or the lack of talent with scheme. And Pavia came out and said it, man. He goes, if we do what we're supposed to do, it's not going to be close. After upsetting them last year, you have to believe the Crimson Tide are going to be foaming at the mouth. But why they have a chance is Diego Pavia and him running with the football and their design runs. It's not, him scrambling all over the place. He gets rid of the ball. He has a 74% completion rating, Rafa. He has 1,500 yards of offense. He only has 3 picks. And the other reason they have a great shot, and last year they did this to them, is they control time of possession. They have like 42 minutes average of time of possession, and that's them running the clock, knowing what they need to do, knowing that they need to keep Ty Simpson and that passing game off the field. And that's why, I'm not saying they're going to go in there and win because, like I said, Alabama's going to be hyped. That place is going to be wild. But 10.5 with that time of possession, it seems to be a stretch unless you're getting fumbles. That's my take.
Yeah, and Alabama, going back to Alabama, it's been probably the last 4 or 5 years that they've struggled against running quarterbacks. So it's not, we've seen them struggle with those guys. We saw it against South Florida a couple of years ago where they struggled with them as well. So they've struggled with, I think they still win the game. I don't know if they cover the 10.5, but I think Alabama, Ty Simpson, you have to put him at 1 or 2 in the Heisman voting right now. Don't right there. don't know what they are, but if I'm just from watching week to week, we have to go Dante Moore at number 1 for the Heisman right now, and then at number 2, you have to go Ty Simpson. And
that's what it is
if
according to betting odds, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And if you get another one here, beating a good Vandy team that we've seen them play well, for me, I still look at Vandy as one of those schools, like I look at Indiana and Illinois and Kentucky, that I can't see them playing football at a high level. And so I'm not going to apologize for that.
Well, I mean, that's a stretch, right, Vandy? But how long can Clark Lee keep doing this? He's resurrected. Like, I can't think of another program. Is it just Diego Pavia? Does he have that Johnny Manziel type swag? And I've seen the SEC on Netflix. He has that crazy confidence, man. He believes in his shit. He's a great leader. He works his ass off. Is this a Clark Lee thing or a Diego Pavia thing at Vandy? Is my question.
We'll see. We'll see this weekend. And by the way, and Doug Sweeney says, I agree, Eddie. 2 losses in a row to Vandy, and I'll give the Crimson Tide tickets department my new address to the trailer park.
If I'm Clark Lee, man, I don't wait. I don't wait for Diego Pavia to leave my program. You fucking got to take another job, because I think this is really a Diego Pavia thing. I really do.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. What else we got? Any money?
Going back to what Eddie said real quick about the Clemson UNC game. Clemson's favored by 14.5, over under 46.5.
Clemson needs a big win. I mean, they just need a fucking win. I think this is a time for them to get right. But we'll see. We haven't,
And I believe they're coming off a bye week.
And they are, they are coming off a bye week. So
yeah.
Another SEC matchup. Kentucky going into face number 12 Georgia. Georgia favored by 20.5, over under 48.5.
This game's always tight when it's in Kentucky. At Georgia, in Kentucky. At Georgia, it's not the same. 20.5. Georgia needs a big win. I think they cover, Eddie Money. I think you're going to get a big day from the offense. Georgia's defense isn't very good, but they're playing a Kentucky team that they can maybe shine a little bit in certain positions, make some big plays on defense, and turn this game ugly by midway through the third quarter is what I'm expecting for Georgia. They're ranked now at number 12 or 13. They need to start rolling again. They got Texas on the schedule later on as well. So I think this is a must-win big game for Georgia. I'm not talking about just win the game. I think you need to come out and make a statement.
Confident win.
I think you need a statement game from your offensive unit, and maybe the defense can look a little better than what they've looked. So, I like Georgia to cover the 20.5.
Damn, blue chip or no?
Yeah, blue chip. We'll blue chip the Georgia Bulldogs.
All right. Question about this game. I personally love the Academy Service games. I love betting the unders on them. But today, Saturday, we have Air Force playing Navy. Everyone is jumping on the over.
Everybody.
50. Everyone is jumping on the over. Navy is favored by 12. It's in Navy, but according to history, it's 3-6-1 to the under. Last couple of years, total's been around 38, and then this year it's popped up to 50.
I see it like at 52.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with you, Eddie Money, and the numbers game. 3-6-1 to the under. Both teams run the ball a lot. Air Force doesn't play much defense right now, but I'm going to go with you. I like the under.
All right. I was just curious. I haven't seen any of them play, but that total was a bit surprising to me, and I saw a lot of people jumping on.
Air Force allowed a bunch of points to Boise. They put up a bunch of points, but we know how these Navy, Air Force, Army, Navy, how we know how those games go. So you always have to kind of go with the trend of the under until, always go with the numbers. And the numbers tell you 3-6-1 to the under, although the sharp money and all the early monies come in on the over. I'm still leaning towards the under, and I would go with the under here.
All right. Dex, when you said the Air Force did lose some close shootouts. These teams can always score against other teams, but when they play each other, they just fucking stack the box and throw like 3 times the whole game.
They just know each other so well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going into another ranked game, number 14 Iowa State going into unranked Cincinnati. Cincinnati's actually favored by 1.5, over under 55.5. There's always a stat every week that there's a unranked versus ranked game, and if the unranked is favored, usually tend to lean towards them against the spread. What are you guys' thoughts on this game?
I think Cincinnati got a big win last week at Kansas as an underdog, and I don't think you can bounce back. I don't think you can come back and do it again, to be honest with you. And I think Iowa State, when we look at the Big 12, I think they're the best team in the Big 12. Them and Texas Tech, for me, are the 2 best teams in the Big 12 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Iowa State. Listen, they went. I think they went on the road to Iowa and won a tough game. I'm going to go with Iowa State here, going into Cincinnati and winning that game. I'm going to take the underdog plus 1.5 because I think Iowa State's quarterback is superior to. I think he's the best player on the field in this game, and probably in any Big 12 matchup, he might be the best player on the field.
Agree 1,000%. I love that quarterback.
Matthew Rocha with a quick question. He said, does Navy possibly give us a better season than Army last year?
No.
I don't think nowhere near. Army, there were people fighting for Army to be in the playoff.
I mean, they blew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Navy's 4-0. Navy's 4-0, and they've played well. They beat a Tulsa team. They beat Rice. They beat UAB. They beat VMI. You know, they get Air Force this week. Then they go on the road to Temple. They don't really have any games. I think the toughness of their schedule starts when they go to North Texas, because we know North Texas can score the football. Right after that, they go to Notre Dame. They have South Florida at home, a team who started off well, and then they go to Memphis, and then we obviously know they end with Army. They could easily end up 9-3 with that record. I don't think we're going to get them. I don't think they get to even 9-0 or that.
Yeah, well, Army was last year. Army had their quarterback potentially in the running for Heisman too.
For a little bit of a little bit of the year, he was in the running for Heisman. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we all know what Will Hanley thinks. Iowa State,
baby. Iowa State. We're on the Cyclones train here. Eddie and I. We like Iowa State. Best quarterback they've had since Brock Purdy.
Oh, fuck.
Zing.
I love me some Iowa State wrestling, man.
Number 7, we mentioned this game earlier. Number 7, Penn State, favored by 25.5, going into UCLA, over and under 49.5.
I think Iowa State's going to score 49 by themselves. I mean, Penn State. Listen, you need a big bounce back game, and there's no better way to do it than to go into the Rose Bowl. That's going to be fucking empty because people don't go watch those games. Maybe they'll go watch Penn State because they sure as hell don't watch the Bruins. That stadium is always 40% capacity. It's so bad. We'll get back to the SEC in a bit, Duck.
Give us like 2 games.
Give us 2 games. Give us 2 games. I think Penn State's going to roll these guys, Eddie. You need a big performance after the dud. And listen, they forced the game into overtime. That game was ugly. I don't know if you rewatched it. Rewatching it was not awful.
I did.
It was so bad to watch that first half. It was disgusting. It really was. And then the second half, like, you get big plays. Penn State's not a big play team. They made a couple big plays to get back in the game. That's not the team they are. They're not, Ohio State's a big play team. Oregon's a big play team. Michigan can be a big play team. Penn State is not a big play team. But UCLA is just not a team. So at all.
UCLA should really consider, but they won't because they get so much money. But they should really consider dropping football, man. I hate to say it. Wow, that's how bad. That's how bad.
That's much.
Is it?
Yeah.
No. It's not much.
Oh.
It's just wild.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
It is wild.
It's as bad as they've been. Eddie's. There's such a big program, right? It's such a big school. for so many sports for so many years. They were elite at basketball and good at baseball and elite at water polo and all the other shit. And they used to be pretty good at football. And now they've just completely fallen off. It's god awful. They can't hire the correct coach. They went out and we thought was a superstar quarterback. Now he goes to play with a bunch of 2- and 3-star guys, and he's not as good as UNLV's quarterback at this point. So I think Penn State goes into the Rose Bowl and just absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be shocked if UCLA put up 10 points in this game.
Oh, 100%.
Like I said, they haven't led at any point at any game, and they've played some dogs. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they were over 2 touchdown favorites against New Mexico.
Yeah, favored by 15.
Matthew Rocha says UCLA wins. James Franklin doesn't get a flight back to State College. Loves to see that.
Oh, dude, UCLA wins this game. James Franklin's fired at the Rose Bowl.
Oh,
fired.
100%.
Like, you know what? Stay here and coach these guys.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he could do something. Another Big Ten matchup. We got Wisconsin going in number 20, Michigan. Michigan's favored by 17.5, over under 43.5.
I like Michigan, man. I love Bryce Underwood. I think he's going to be so good in the next handful of years. I don't love Michigan's coach. I don't love Michigan's coach. I think you need a big-time coach there. I think you need a big-time guy. Like, if I'm Michigan, I'm going to get a big-time guy. If Kellen DeBoer doesn't get fired and Dabo take that job, I'm going to offer Dabo the full payout. Like fucking, because if Michigan loses and they go 9-3, and I'm not saying they're going to lose this game, but I think if they go 9-3 or 8-4, that's not what Michigan is. Michigan is a school with elite talent. They've won championships. They can get almost any player they want. They have a ton of money. They have plenty of NIL guys with that back the money. They have it all, and they have great history. And to me, I think that's a school that should always be 10-2, 11-1. I really believe that, and that's what I believe. And so for me, if they go 8-4 or 9-3, you need to reevaluate the coaching position. I don't like the coach at all, but I love Michigan. I love Bryce Underwood, and they should beat Wisconsin by fucking 30.
Dude McBoob said if the CIA doesn't interfere, Michigan wins 186-0.
Sharon Moore got that job when Jim was suspended and he was crying after the win. That's when he nailed that job. They couldn't give it to anyone else, and that's why he got that job. I agree with you, Rafa. You need Michigan is that blue chip. They're the Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky of basketball, of football. And Sharon Moore, good guy, but I don't think he's that dude
he's
either.
A good guy. Go coach. Go coach Michigan State.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a good guy. He is.
Roger said, I agree with Rafa.
Michigan by 30.
Michigan's a top 4 college brand with Bama, Ohio State, and Texas.
USC used to be in that group.
Man, boom, not anymore.
Michigan is what's great about America. If you don't like Michigan, then you don't like puppies, sunshine, apple pie, or awesomeness.
It's true.
Speaking of Texas, though, number 9 Texas favored by 6.5 going into unranked Florida, over under 41.5.
Texas by 1 million, blue chip, the whole fucking thing. I mean, wow. I can't. Florida's been awful. They were awful against Miami. They had one good drive against Miami, and I think that killed that play that was blown dead early on the touchdown run by Miami. I think kind of swung momentum, them not getting the touchdown there, and then Florida got some momentum, got it back in the game, and after that, they were shit again. They had one good drive in that game, maybe 2. Texas coming off a bye week as Florida. Texas needs to fucking put the fuck to these guys and show that they are one of the 2 best teams in the SEC. And I think they're going to do it this week, Eddie. I think Texas is going to beat them by double digits and maybe more. I don't know if they could beat them by 100. I think they will. If the CIA doesn't interfere, Texas wins 186-0.
I agree wholeheartedly with you, Rafa. concern is Archie, his first SEC matchup. Again, this is, winning to Ohio State. The Swamp is going to be packed. The Swamp is a tough place to play. My concern is Archie chokes. We've seen Lagway. Lagway has 6 interceptions, 5 in one game. My only concern is Archie choking because it's on the road, first big game in the SEC. They should beat him by 100. They really should. But can Archie play just well enough? Doesn't even have to be great. That's my only concern.
I think he can. When you watch Lagway play against Miami and LSU, he was awful. And the game against Miami that I watched closer than I watched the game against LSU. When you watched him against Miami, he was in the pocket. He was so bad, Eddie. I mean, he was confused. It felt like he was lost. He was scared. He reminded me of Carson Palmer in Cincinnati after getting hurt and then coming back in that first year where it was just so tentative to make a play. And that's how I feel like when I think Texas is going to get after him early. And I think after that first hit that those fucking defensive ends and that front four puts on them, I think Texas is going to roll from there. I really do. The total is so low because Texas offense hasn't completely flowed. But I think they beat them by 10 or more.
Wow. And then going into
Napier gone.
Oh yeah.
And then probably the most anticipated game of the week.
I'm so
number
fucking
3, Miami, favored by 4.5, going into number 18 FSU, over under 53.5.
Let's go, Tommy Castellanos. Let's go, Tommy.
You might say this is bias, Eddie, but have you watched Miami play?
Yeah.
They're
elite in the trenches on both sides.
Honest answer. Do they not? For me, I'll be honest with you, and I watch Ohio State play. I've watched. To me, I think Miami looks like the best team right now today. That's what I think. I think they look like the best team. They are so big on the offensive and defensive lines. They are so fucking massive. They move the line. They can run the ball to both sides because those monsters they have monsters everywhere on that offensive line, and the defensive line is super physical. I think Miami's defense is kind of been a shock for everyone of how good they've been. They've been, and they hard hitting. It just kind of I'm not gonna fucking say it reminds you of Ed Reed, but it's got that kind of that hard hitting era.
Ruben Bain Jr. and there got to be shirts. There should be people in the stands with the Bain costume on. Ruben Bain might be the number 1 overall pick when it's all said and done in this draft. That's how fucking good and scary he's looked. And like you said, that offensive line is mauling people. But
they are.
This is a great challenge because Florida State can run the ball. But I agree, man. They're right there. I love me some Ruben Bain. He's going to be a thing. Shit, if he has a great game, don't be surprised if you start hearing his name as a Heisman fucking candidate. But definitely Defensive Player of the Year.
And the receivers for Miami, the young kids, I mean, Tony, they can catch the football. They can make plays on the outside. They're able to run the ball. I think this team is really, really, really good. I'm going to Miami this weekend. The game's in Tallahassee, but give me the Hurricanes minus 4.5 blue chip. Oh yeah, I think Miami. I think Miami's way too physical for a lot of these teams.
You see what they did to Notre Dame. And Notre Dame is known for big, smart offensive linemen, really good defense, stout defense. They smacked Notre Dame in the fucking face. Just smacked them in the face.
Yeah, but Miami too physical, man.
I can't wait.
Week as well. You had a week, 2 weeks to prepare for this game. for me, I think if Crystal Ball loses his game, I think it's just like, all right, so you are who we thought you were, right? Like you're not an elite head coach in college football. That's what I think it was.
Facts.
Because
I
you
still have my
2 weeks to
reservations.
prepare.
Yes.
Right. You have 2 weeks to prepare for this game, and you're not good enough for me to put you on the Aztastic Mount Rushmore, because I don't believe you're good enough yet to make that list. But you'd definitely be in there. You'd be in the Aztastic group for sure.
You're not the best of the worst, but you're not the
Yeah,
worst.
exactly, 100%, 100%.
He just has so many bad moments. And
Oh,
it's not
yes.
just one. That's the thing.
Not kneeling
Great
the ball.
great recruiter. I believe he can coach. He's just had horrible brain farts, like really bad.
Yeah. And
Immensely bad.
So it's gonna be great. What time? It's a 4:30.
That's at 7:30
West-
or 4:30 here.
Yeah. Where are you gonna watch it, Rafa? That's gonna be amazing.
We're gonna find somewhere, probably Flanagan's.
Probably somewhere with a live band right next to him.
Is there a buzz? I mean, my wife.
There's a buzz, because you
My
can see
wife,
all the.
yeah.
You
In
can
high
see
school,
Yeah,
would
you can see
wear
the
would
buzz.
wear Miami shit. Miami football was the shit.
Oh,
I tell you,
100%.
can I tell you this though? Can I say this? The one thing that bothers me even more than Crystal Ball, not calling timeouts or just making horrible news, is Michael Irvin on some shit on the sideline. Like he's the first guy congratulating people. Like, dude,
I'm okay with that.
It's so
I'm okay
wild.
With that. I'm okay with that because he went there. I'm not okay with that when Snoop's on the sideline because he didn't go to USC. I'm not okay with The Rock at Colorado because you didn't go to Colorado, and you were there, Dick Wright and Dion, a couple years ago. Like that's the difference. Michael Irvin went there. He won there, right? So he was an elite athlete there. You know what I mean? Like if Jeremy Shockey was on the sideline, it shouldn't bother you, right? But it should bother you when they fucking roll in to Colorado, a school they had zero affiliation with, but you want to hang out with the cool guy because they were good for a week or two.
That's a good point, but it's so over the top. He's almost meeting guys like 5 yards out into the fucking field when they make a good play. Like he's the first person you see when someone makes a play.
Eddie, when you look at it, and it's got to be the same. For me, I at least I would think, right? If I'm a kid in college and I'm playing and the school's playing well and the team's playing well, let's say I'm at SC, right? And we start to roll and we're good. And I see Matt Leinart on the sideline and I see Reggie Bush on the sideline and those guys are high-fiving me and pumping me up. As a player, as a young student athlete, you got to fuck these guys that won national championships at this school. These guys that were great at this school, and now they're fucking high-fiving me. That's got to be something, I think, for those kids and that roster.
Maybe, but here's the difference. Michael Irvin went there in the 80s. These kids were born in 2009.
Doesn't matter, Eddie.
If you play football, you know Michael Irvin, though. He's like,
dude, I'm telling you. I don't know if they. Dude, I would love to take some kind of fucking poll. Maybe the kids at Miami do because he's at every practice and
I
who
think
knows what the fuck.
General, you just do because he's also an NFL commentator. Like he's still like a social media presence as well.
The thing is, when you go to those schools, Ed, and unfortunately we don't have that experience and we never did. But listen, if you go into USC and you're fucking 18 years old, you're gonna tell me you don't know who Reggie Bush is, or you're gonna tell me you don't know who Matt Leinart is, or you're gonna tell me you don't know who Marcus Allen is, or who O.J. Simpson was. Zing. Killer. Killer. You're going to tell me that. You're not going to tell me those guys don't know who they are. Those were elite players at that school who were elite while they were there, and they were elite in the NFL. Not Matt Leinart, but elite at the school. And Mike Irvin was elite there. He was elite in the NFL. He's a big-time football face. He's a face, you can look at him and say, oh, he's
yeah. And he almost killed a dude getting a haircut. at the Dallas Cowboys, stab him with some scissors.
Factual.
So,
Duck Sweeney. I don't know who any of those preppy boys are. They play in SEC or USC.
oh god.
Next game up to Rocha mentioned it. Number 24, Virginia, going into Louisville unranked. Louisville favored by 6.5, over under 62.5. Virginia's coming off that big win against FSU on Friday night.
Miller Moss from
Miller, Alamany High School, baby.
Alamany High School. Miller Moss.
Miller Moss, and USC.
Also from USC. He's played well. They've played well. Virginia coming off that huge win. And like I referred to Cincinnati earlier, getting a huge win last week. Can these teams who aren't big-time programs, can they get back-to-back wins, against tough opponents? I don't think they can. I think Louisville beats them by double digits. I really do.
Louisville is one of those teams, right, that always hanging around. They were like Oklahoma State. They're always from 18 to 25. They're always ranked, always have a good program. Can Virginia and this coach take the next step? Like I said, they should be undefeated. They should have beat NC State. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I'm happy. I'm happy for the Cavs.
Matthew Rocha said, "Dog so Cuban, he even smokes off air. His dog looks like Eminem dog from Puppets."
The dog is Cuban for sure.
100%. Although I did get him in Utah, but he is Cuban.
Utah.
100%.
Yeah.
We got about like 2 games.
A Mormon Cuban dog.
Mormon Cuban dog.
Yeah.
He was shaking the beds over there.
Yes.
We got 2 games left. We got number 1 Ohio State favored by 23.5 at home against Minnesota, over under 45.5. Minnesota was finally putting up points this week. They learned how to get in the end zone.
I don't have an opinion on this game.
Me neither. I feel like it's one of those. I feel like Ohio State's just one of those teams that they just fucking roll through. Like they don't give a fuck about scoring a ton of points or beating the fuck out of some of these teams. Like no. I just feel like they understand that they are one of the 2 or 3 or the best team in the country. And it doesn't matter until Michigan rolls around or Penn State rolls around or Oregon or somebody else or Texas. I don't think they give a fuck about these games. So you got to be careful with betting Ohio State.
Because their defense plays really well. But I just feel like their offense is just like, we don't really have to
I feel like some of these and you had it last week, I think it was, or the week before, where it's like Ohio State, I think it was it last week against Washington, where it's like fourth and 1 from the 5 and they don't get it. And it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. We're going to get it. We'll get points on the net. Like we'll find a way to win the game.
Yeah. And then they go through, the defense gets them 3 out and they get the ball right back. In like 2 minutes.
And they get the ball right back. And that's how Ryan Day's, this team's been for the last handful of years. I think they're just superior to everybody and they understand that. And so it's, it's like we can turn it on and off whenever the fuck we want. And they showed you last year in the playoffs. So I think they are the top dog.
To beat Ohio State, you need a supremely gifted quarterback because this is what they do. They're so talented at every position, 2-3 deep, that fundamentally they're better, bigger, stronger, faster at every position. They just need to sort of gradually get their quarterback to the place where he needs to be. And that's what's going on with Ohio State. The quarterback just hasn't caught up yet, right? And
we saw it last year in the beginning. We saw it last year.
It's every year except for like Fields. Fields was
Stroud.
Elite. And Stroud. They were elite. As soon as they get this quarterback up to speed, they will look how they're supposed to look, and they will be their top 3 in the end. And Ryan Day, that fucking beard is blacker than ever. So
it's blacker than the mother.
Yep.
Yeah, Ryan Day, man.
Last game on the docket, you got a SEC matchup, of course, to end the night. Mississippi State going to number 5, Texas A&M, favored by 14.5, over under 55.5.
Texas A&M, man, they've surprised me.
Are they the real deal?
I don't know if they're the real deal just yet, Eddie. What do you
think? Number 5 seems a bit high.
So I've told you this.
It's a Notre Dame team on the road, right? But
I've told you this. Mike Elko from Duke is one of those elite coaches. He got Duke to a very high level. They Texas A&M, I believe, is like top 2 in penalties. That's the one thing they got to get straightened out. They average like 10 and a half flags per game. He came out and said today that they're starting a Cabo fund for the coaches. And I don't know if he's joking. It's kind of crazy. But if you get a penalty, these players have to put money into a kitty for a Cabo San Lucas coaches trip. So once they get that straightened out, the penalties, which have been bad, definitely the highest in the SEC, but they're way up there in the country as well. Mike Elko, I'm telling you, man, great coach, and they're not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere, and I can't wait till we see. Can we see their schedule, because they're going to roll Mississippi State, and I'm not disrespecting Mississippi State. I think there's ballers there, but I would like to see what's going on after that, because I want to see Texas A&M when they hit the heart of the SEC schedule.
All right. Next week they have Florida at home. They travel to Arkansas. They travel to LSU. Travel to Missouri. At home against South Carolina. At home against Stanford, and then they end at Texas.
That's tough games. That's some tough games.
Which one? They're beating LSU.
They're going on the road to LSU, Ed. That's probably going to be on a Saturday night in Hungry Valley, in Death Valley.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait. I can't wait. Huge disappointment. The quarterback, forget his name, Nussmeier. I watched that game this week as well. He doesn't throw a pretty ball, Nussmeier. And there's talent on that team. The ball comes out weird. I was all in on the hype with him. His dad being, offensive coordinator for the Saints, but he hasn't looked great. And I'm watching this series on ESPN where they follow LSU. My dislike for Brian Kelly continues to grow and grow and grow. And that Texas game, Texas A&M, Texas in the SEC, possibly to go to the oh my God, I cannot wait. I hope that happens.
I think Mississippi State shot their wad last week against Tennessee. I think this week A&M is going to roll them. I'm going on the road. I'm with Eddie. I think they get beat down this week.
Yeah, quarterback's good.
Yeah, well, that wraps up college football. Unless you guys have anything else to bring up.
Did you want to bring the SC Illinois game, Rafa?
Dude, because I said last week that it was going to piss me off if they lost that game. And because everyone was so high up on SC already, as we've seen it year after year with Lincoln Riley. Hot start against a garbage schedule, and then they get someone who might know how to play football, and they lose the game. And to lose that game to Illinois, after Illinois losing by 53 points, I think is brutal. I really do. I think it's brutal. It's like you wanted to hope that SC was trending up. And now it's, there's just, it seems like there's no hope there. I really believe that.
Can I say this? This is going to sound especially bad from a guy who, is an SC fan. Can I say that SC looked like the better team? That there was some bad breaks and some bad shit that happened. But like I said, Brett Bielema started running in those A and B gaps and started showing what I thought would be SC's weakness, and it always is. They get pushed around in the trenches. But there were some bad breaks. I think SC is going to be fine. You still have that Notre Dame game that could get you back on track for the playoffs. Quarterback is great. Lemon's great. Running back's really good. Tight end, very good. You do have some players on defense. Bad loss, though, Rafa. I agree with you 1,000%. really tough loss, man. It's kind of sucks because I wanted to see him win. But watching that game, I watched the first half, recorded it. I watched the second half, and oh man, I felt like SC was a better team. I know that means nothing.
Well, it means nothing. And when we look at their schedule, it means absolutely nothing because you needed that game. They get Michigan at home. They get Michigan at home next week. SC's off this week. Michigan is playing Wisconsin at home.
Should try to go to that game.
They get Michigan at it's the Coliseum, Eddie. That place is disgusting.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's ugh. I'd rather go get fucking play golf at Brookside, which is also disgusting. But Michigan, they play Michigan at home. They'll probably be favored in that game by 3.5, 4.5. Then they go to Notre Dame. They go to Nebraska, which we know is going to be a tough game. They get Northwestern at home and Iowa at home, and then they go to Oregon. Like this team, the playoff hopes are dead. Like if you really believe after watching them play Illinois that you think they can go into Nebraska and beat Nebraska, or go into Notre Dame, who's going to need a much needed win, go into Notre Dame and beat them. To lose to Illinois, I think is such a fucking huge deal.
It's bad, but they should have beat.
brutal.
You know what? You should have beat Penn State. You should have beat Michigan.
This was all last season, though.
Yeah, but you have a quarterback, and I think the team is better than last year. I truly believe that.
When you lost to Illinois, you lost to Illinois and you gave up big plays. You gave up ridiculously large plays. So that's the problem. You can't give up big plays, and you're going to play a Notre Dame team that's probably going to figure out that they need to run the fucking ball. You're not going to be able to stop them. And so, we'll see what they do with Michigan coming off a bye. Can Lincoln Riley get his team ready to go against a freshman quarterback? That game, I think USC will be favored next weekend. And it should be anywhere between 3.5 to 4.5. I strongly believe they will be favored against Michigan at home. Can they bounce back? If they bounce back and beat Michigan, Michigan more likely will win this week. If they can bounce back and beat Michigan, that might get them back into the top 25. Then they'll go play Notre Dame. Another game. They basically need to win this thing out until you get to Oregon. And the matchups are Iowa, Nebraska, Notre Dame, Michigan, and Northwestern. Northwestern, you can pencil that in as a win. They're going to be favored by fucking 30. But look at the teams they played: Missouri State, Georgia Southern, Purdue, Michigan State. I mean, you didn't play anybody. You didn't play anybody, as we've seen year after year after year with Lincoln Riley. That's my huge problem with SC, and it'll continue to be there until they can learn to win in October, which this man seems that he's not able to do.
That you said it all. I have no retort for that. That's all facts, all factual statements. Well, guys,
I'm gonna give you a quick fucking fact that all these fucking Dodger fans are dick riding Ohtani. Mookie Betts is 4 for 5 tonight. Okay, Ohtani's 1 for 4. Mookie's 4 for 5. Teoscar is 1 for 5 with 2 RBIs. They are fucking rolling. That team is so stacked, so fucking stacked. And we're gonna talk about this guy being the greatest fucking player of all time in any sport. We are fucking nuts.
I will hold true to that fucking statement. And the team is stacked.
Bottom of the lineup is hitting.
Mookie Betts is 4 for 5 tonight. And I'm sure he had some hits last night. 667 in the 2 games. Ohtani 333, Teoscar 400. It's only 2 games, but you know what it is. Yamamoto had that rough first inning. After that, I'm surprised that fucking this moron Dave Roberts let him go for 113 pitches.
Oh my God, Kike just freaking. Here we go. Unbelievable. Do you think? Let's for shits and giggles. Let's say they win this game 8-2. Sheehan's in. Is it Sheehan? I always say it wrong.
Yes. Sheehan.
Sounds like Sheehan. I'm calling it Sheehan.
I'm kind of terrified of the Phillies, man.
Oh, is the Phillies the next matchup?
Yes.
I believe
yes. Best series we could get. That's the best series we can get. I think it's going to be a great fucking series. And I think Dodgers roster, I think, is still better. I think the staff is better. If they can figure out and you know, they'll figure out they'll add Kershaw to that roster. So you're going to get another arm in there. Ohtani should pitch in that series. I think that series will go 6 or 7.
He should be pitching game 1.
Ohtani?
He's not pitching. Oh, well,
You're out of your
you're right. Wait, if they win
that's
tonight,
what they
then
said.
you're right.
Yeah.
If they win
said
tonight,
He was supposed to pitch game 3 if there would have been one
Yeah.
of this. So,
What?
yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
More than likely with the glass now to follow, I'd hope.
Wow.
I heard Glass now might be regulated to the pin, man. He might
No,
be
no,
in
like,
that-
I meant to
Glasnow would be
follow-
great out of the pen. Glasnow would
That's
be
what I
great out of
meant.
the pen.
But following him like in the game, like
Oh,
Ohtani
yeah,
goes 4-5 and then he gets the rest.
Oh, so Ohtani,
Yeah.
Ohtani can throw 3 innings, throw 8 straight balls, and then they'll pull him because he maybe tightened his knee or
here
something.
we go.
Oh,
The
my God.
Ohtani
I've seen
hate
it
is
before. I've seen
off
it
the
before.
charts.
I've seen it before.
Off
I've seen
the
it. I can't
charts.
unsee it, Ed. I can't unsee it. I've seen it.
Gotta-
That's going to be a great series, and I
that
think
series is
whoever
going to be
wins,
amazing.
I think
You
whoever
think-
wins that Dodgers Phillies series, I think they're going to. I would say it right now. I think whoever wins the Dodgers Phillies series wins the World Series.
I agree with that. I think that's a great statement. You think the Padres make it out?
I don't know the pitching matchups for tomorrow.
It
I-
should
I-
be. It's you, Darvish, and Talon.
Wow. I think the Padres.
Mm.
I think the Padres make it out of that game. I really do. I think they make it out of that game. But I don't like the Brewers. I'll tell you right now. I don't feel the Brewers are one of those teams that can win in October. For me, I don't think they can. So I think whoever they play, if it's the Cubs or the Padres, I think the Cubs or the Padres both beat the Brewers. I could be wrong and I could be right, Eddie Money? So
Yeah,
damn right.
that's true. That's true, baby.
50-50 chance, right?
Another factual statement.
Yeah, but I think Dodgers Phillies. I think if fucking we're in for a treat. If you love baseball, you have to love that series. That Dodgers Phillies, I think, is gonna be a phenomenal fucking series. You have great pitching on both sides, at least great starting pitching, and then you have, I mean, the lineups are insane, right? I mean, you have Schwarber and Trey Turner and Bryce Harper, and you have Ohtani and Mookie and Freddie Freeman and Teoscar and Will Smith will probably be able to play.
The catcher from the Phillies, can't remember his name.
Real Muto.
Yeah, Real Muto. Yeah.
So
we
Will Smith is available to play.
Yeah.
Do you question though? Do you put in Will Smith as catcher with how well your starters have been pitching with the new catcher that's been
You're playing
past couple weeks?
pump the brakes because you're playing the Reds. Okay.
No, I mean like even the weeks before.
Yeah, no, I want my best. I want my superstar catcher. If he's available, I want him catching my guys. I mean, unless you have to have, like, if Yamamoto has to have another catcher, which if he has to have, Rolte or whatever the fuck his name is, if you have to have him, if he has to have the other guy, but to me, I don't think so. I want, if Will Smith is available, I want my superstar catcher that I've paid money to and got a great fucking deal for him, and I was intelligent to sign him.
Oh
early.
my gosh, what a steal!
That's who I want. I want my best guy out there for the playoffs. I mean, why would I not want my best player at a position?
Will Smith is highly underrated defensively. He has a great throwout percentage.
He has a great arm. He's a super intelligent catcher, and he's your guy. I mean, you're not benching. You're not benching your guy. He's not fully healthy. I'll tell you what. If they would have lost today, I promise you tomorrow he would have started.
Oh yeah, it's not like these backups are Benito Santiago. They're
exactly.
not. They're not Johnson, Charles Johnson. They're not extremely gifted defensively.
Even a good catcher behind the plate, where you're like, oh no, I can move forward with this guy. No, I can't. Although he did have 2 hits today, by the way.
Yeah,
he was 2 for 3 today.
They're both.
Bottom of the lineup has our last 3 all has 2 hits today.
6 hits.
Rojas,
Hernandez, and the catcher. They have 6 hits.
Yep. All 2 and 2.
This bullpen again. Just give it
relax. Hey, relax. It's early. You sound like Michael Brown already.
I love it.
So, by the way, Red Sox Yankees tomorrow. What a fucking game!
Oh,
you have
what time?
3 game threes, which is fucking
Should be
awesome.
at 5:00 for us.
Oh, dude, it's
man,
gonna be so fucking
so
good. Yankees, Red Sox. It's the only way. It's the only way you want it. And I mean, there's nothing. Listen, I know you Dodger fans and all that shit. There's nothing better than when the Yankees and the Red Sox are both good. I'm sorry.
oh,
It's not the
agree.
same as it's not the same as if the Giants and the Dodgers are both good. The matchups aren't the same. They may be the same here, but national, nationwide, any fucking region you're in, there's nothing better than when the Yankees and the Red Sox are both good. Those teams were so good at one point that they were having random games nationally televised on Friday nights because the series was so fucking good. You had like Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday night, and it was just national TV, all three games, because the teams were so good and the rivalry was so good. So Red Sox Yankees tomorrow.
Oh.
I mean, that's going to be. You shouldn't.
So,
if that game's at 5:00 tomorrow night,
can I ask
on the
you
West
this?
Coast,
Should be, yeah.
This is an ignorant question. I should know the answer. But do they go to Boston? Are
No.
all three games?
All
All
three
three games are in New York.
all three games
Yes.
are New York.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And
No,
Tigers Indians tomorrow. I mean, the Indians got back into the series. Listen, Scooball pitched a hell of a game yesterday. I mean, there was no doubt about it.
Phenomenal. Holy fuck.
Tomorrow, I who's going for the Tigers? Is it Flaherty tomorrow? That's going to be a hell of a game. The Indians are the hottest team in baseball, right? And we say the Indians here. We don't say the fucking Guardians. Indians are the hottest team in baseball right now over the last month. The Tigers blew a 15.5 game lead over the last 2.5 months or whatever it was. A huge game there as well. Great baseball for tomorrow. I mean, you should be glued in. But that Yankees Red Sox, if you dare to watch the Rams Niners while the Yankees Red Sox are on, you don't love
sports, man. You don't even love sports.
Yeah. I agree. And I agree with you, Rafa. I'm going to be sad
because of the CIA.
Yes, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be sad that one of these teams is going to lose because I that's who I want to play in the World Series. I want to play at Boston. I want to play fucking New York in the World Series if I'm a Dodger fan or if I'm a Dodger.
Oh, 100%. If you're a fan of any team, I think if you're a Phillies fan, you want to face the Yankees or the Red Sox. I think if you're a Padres fan, you want to face well, Padres fans are retarded. So they think that they can somehow, if we play the Dodgers in the World Series, like they're that stupid in San Diego. So, but Matthew Roach is 100%. I'm not going to give you 100%. I think you're close. Red Sox Yankees should be number 1. Duke, North Carolina, number 2. Michigan, Ohio State, number 3.
I like it. And all interchangeable, by the way. I think you could.
On given years, or even like runs, right? Like you can take like a 4-year stretch of Michigan, Ohio State, and a 4-year stretch of Duke, North Carolina, where the games were just fucking great, right?
Yeah. So,
Matthew Roach is throwing some soccer references on there. Barca, Real Madrid is also phenomenal. Boca, River Plate, Arsenal, Chelsea, I'd put 4th there. But Barca, Real Madrid, and Dude McBoob just fucking, who the fuck are those dorks for sure?
I love it. I love it.
So, but it's going to be great.
Guys, thank you guys for joining us. I think we've covered everything we have to cover. Rafa, safe travels.
Thank you.
Bring back some cigars. Good luck to your canes.
Let's do it.
And guys, don't be a loser. Stay true to your units. Eddie Money will definitely get those props out. 8-2 of those prop picks. Well, real quick, Instagram guy, sort of acquaintance through Instagram, text me that Eddie Money's first prop was Aaron Rodgers under 202.5. I wake up to this guy talking smack saying Aaron Rodgers 165 yards in the first half. I didn't respond. And what happened? Under 202.5. And that was with an 80-yard touchdown pass. So
great shit, Eddie Money. By the way, Dude McBoob, send my luggage with cash. Shit, learn how to lick a scam. We're getting to it, dude. We're getting to it, bud. Thanks, Dude McBoob, Matthew Rocha, Will Hanley, Peter.
All you guys.
Duck Sweeney, Dabo for sure.
Yeah.
Will Hanley, Rodgers is back.
Yes.
Go Cyclones, baby.
Go
Boom.
Cyclones. Go David
See
Carr.
you.
All right, guys.
All
Love
right,
you
fellas.
guys. See you next week.
See you